Guys, so more like just if I sucked the crust off.
What? Mercy, you go to TikTok for 1 second. That's a dangerous place. Checking up on all that. Diversify your portfolio of content, folks. As much as you possibly can. Probably get started a little bit closer to when we know we have different things. What in the world? What? What?
Hey, you got the goods.
What? No. Okay, that's better.
Huh?
Oh no, I'm over here. I'm trying to figure out. OBS is bugging because it's deleted all my little docs, so you don't have a. I don't have the chat on my OBS program
Uh,
anymore. Things of that nature. So I'm kind of sad about that. How are you doing, Zektek?
doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Finishing up finals week. Packing up. Gonna move out tomorrow.
Ooh, where are we moving? So we can stalk
Moving.
you. No other reason.
Hmm.
Tell us where you are moving. That way we can stalk you. No other reason.
Down to the summer camp I'm working at down in
Ooh.
Eugene, Oregon.
Ooh, summer camp.
Yeah. Gonna be the skits lead and AV tech lead.
There you go. That legitimately actually sounds like fun. Pop it out. Copy it up. Custom. Okay. There we go. At least now I can see if anybody comes in and chats who has a relevant thing going on, then boom. My body's ready. Oh.
Oh, are we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
There we go.
Are you good?
Internet died for a sec.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah. Moving on to my parents for the weekend, and then Monday moving on to camp.
there you go.
And then I'll just have 2 days until actual training starts for camp, so I'll just be chilling on the camp with it to myself.
Move my tea over here. We got a raspberry zinger by Celestial Teas today.
Oh, interesting. I have recently heard Virgil's battle theme from Devil May Cry 5, and I've been rocking out to it.
Ooh, okay.
It's good. Well, originally I saw the meme first. It's like one of those memes where it's like called Virgil status or whatever, and like it starts off, you're like, oh, this seems like it's gonna be a bit sketchy, and then it comes up and just starts the song instead. Kind of like a Rick roll, but like a fun Rick roll.
I kind of want to hear this.
Let me see if I can find an example. Find a good one.
Bury the light. It's like a 7-minute theme.
Technically it's 9, but the shortcut is the short version is like 6-7 minutes. Yeah.
I may or may not have muted you just so I can make sure that there's no copyright strikes. But I basically muted my entire mix. I'm gonna say that video is very sus at the beginning. It's kind of a be gone feel as well. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It has a good vibe to it.
Asia Pacific South. Regional event 3. When is this happening? Has it already happened? It has already happened.
Yeah,
There
I'm not gonna
no
complain, or I'm not gonna claim to know anything right now because I have land brain currently.
Uh-huh.
I have lost my mind. I left it at LAN, and I will probably not get it back for another week.
Well, mainly just because I help run the production for Frost, and so they've got a team that usually comes in at the top of the closed qualifiers. And I casted for one of their runs through the main event first day.
Aerospace engineering. Holy. So Patty, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but Patty, someone who's pretty highly sought after as far as like high school going into college.
Oh yeah,
is going to Akron for this next season. That is very interesting. This Akron is restocking. That's the moral of the story. They are going to continue to try to get better, and it's scary.
Heck yeah.
Kind of in a different feel from what you'd expect when you take a look at what Northwood has, because Northwood is just overstaffed with with extremely large amounts of talent.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately at OSU, we're not an official program yet. We're still just a club, so we can't really offer scholarships or anything.
Deals.
However, hopefully that it will be changing soon, because we've got some big things coming this next year. One of them being that as head of the media team, and as a media team, we are breaking off from the esports club to create our own broadcast and media club.
Okay.
So we'll get more funding. Also, the Vice Prestos has been watching our streams and is like, this is really good quality. I want to give you guys like more funding than most clubs get, like extra funding.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. And we've been talking with different places in town that do events and whatnot as like, hey, if you were to hold like production or LAN events here, what are you thinking? Like, we would love that. I'm like, ooh, all right. So that it's a big goal, but my goal for production for broadcast team and esports clubs and all that is through the next year. Each term, fall, winter, spring, we have a LAN, and I think we're gonna do the small venue fall, the medium venue winter, and then by spring I want to use Gill Coliseum, which is our basketball Stadium Coliseum here at OSU for a LAN and invite pretty much all the West Coast colleges.
Okay.
That's my goal. I don't know if it would be like inviting CRL or just like it's just an invitational event. We'll see. We'll see.
I can't wait to see how that works logistically. Really, the toughest part of that is executing it logistically. But outside of that, it's
that's
sounds like it's
we're
gonna be
starting
fun.
small. We're trying to build the lands up throughout the year, but a 1 year turnaround is definitely a shorter timeline than most people might want. But I'm gonna gun for it. We're gonna go and see what we can do.
It is nice to hear about and see. Like, I realize that there will always be club programs in a majority of college, at least over the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very nice to see the ones where you're able to get support both from the community as well as from people with power and money inside of the school. So keep it up. If people are seeing what you're doing and they're liking it, it's a good thing. Keep the grind.
Heck yeah, we're trying to expand beyond just esports to try to do like Magic the Gathering, tournaments and whatnot, and I mean Smash Bros is still esports, but get more of the so we've got the esports club and the gaming club, but the gaming club is more like board games, card games, stuff like that. So try to get them involved as well. Try to broadcast some of that, and then essentially, like run a pseudo production company, within OSU.
Mm-hmm. Now that'd be brilliant. I mean, if you're gonna be a club, make the most of that club status.
Oh yeah, and we're trying to expand it to just broadcast and media and whatnot, so that we can basically just include and support all the content creators on campus, who are just like YouTubers, single person streamers and all that. Just as many people involved as possible. Because like we have so much information and knowledge, like, and just as far as like streaming and software and production goes, that like we can do a lot of workshops and whatnot, to help people and whatnot, and really build that community at OSU.
My body believes it now. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. So you got anything cooking for next couple weeks?
Well, I mean, starting the camp, when I have free time over the summer, I'm going to be contacting a bunch of companies to see if we can get some sponsorships, possibly get some companies to donate computer systems so we can actually have like rigs and whatnot to run production in person, and we're not reliant upon people's personal stuff, because once people graduate, then whoop.
So the fact that you have plans despite camp is amazing to me. So the true grind is revealed. Look at that.
I mean, I'll have my weekends, and they're not all overnight camps. Some are just day camps, and so I'll have some evenings and whatnot to work on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. How you doing, Starcoin?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
We're back from LAN. We have the back from LAN blues. We don't know how to feel about a great many things. I haven't been 100%, but we're like triple tested negative, so I don't know what's going on in my body.
All right. Well, welcome back. Did you enjoy your time?
It was a very enjoyable time, and yeah, I want to end up. Part of the time I dedicate for today is gonna literally be just going through some of the things that I was able to do while I was there. And I even had a conversation with somebody in Twitter DMs on today, and it was just trying to be an encouragement to what the grind truly is. How we as voice talent, we as people who are trying to create a profession out of what we do need to treat ourselves and the way we conduct ourselves like a business. That like there needs to be a foundation, there needs to be a body of work, and then once you have all of that, you're able to present yourself and sell yourself. And I mean, I realize that sounds really weird, selling yourself, but once you have that foundation, you're able to show a representation of that to people who would be very interested in investing or buying in to what you bring to the table. And that, more often than not, is the best way to get gigs. Like, you continue to show off your practice, you continue to show off what you can do, people draw interest at that point, and then once you have that opportunity, a face-to-face or a DM where they're inquiring for your services, the way you conduct yourself is what seals the deal. It's what brings you alongside those people as partners in business. So the thing I do want to present today is the fact that live events and the opportunities within them can, in very specific ways, accelerate that process. Mainly due in part to the fact that you have an opportunity to meet on a professional level people who make decisions in whatever field it is, whatever game spectrum it is that you're doing. And you not only have a chance to represent yourself in front of them, they have a chance to see you during an elongated time. So if you show yourself to be professional, it goes back quite a ways. People think to themselves, hey, I remember this person because I met them at this point. And then I've always said first impressions are one of the most important things that you can do, especially in this business. Like, if you're a co-commentator, your first impression with a co-commentator is huge. Try to remain positive. If you make a mistake, be complimentary, be apologetic, but don't get caught up in all of that. The show must go on, and do everything you can to make it as good as you possibly can. What is this on Twitter? Two workers at the Mars M&M factory in Pennsylvania were rescued from a chocolate tank, reminding many of the character Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Honestly, not a bad way to go out.
I know, right? Imagine. That is gonna have me feeling a little bit different about the M&Ms in the bowl downstairs on the table now.
We've got a bucket of mini M&Ms downstairs.
Isn't that like the most cliche thing though? Just to like drop on the table. Here we are. We're gonna be hosting people. Let's have our small petri dish of M&Ms that anyone can touch.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. Like, let's see how this science experiment goes. So we have 80 M&Ms, 120 miniature M&Ms. Some of them have nuts, some of them don't, but you're nuts if you touch them. Those things have seen something. They melt in your mouth, not in your hand, and not under the influence of toxic radiation because you live too close to a nuclear power plant. Never mind.
Color does come off though in your hand. I have had my hand stained by M&Ms before.
Yes, the color comes off. And
Chocolate stays perfectly fine.
so you say. Now, the food theorist in my heart, in my soul, now wants to test the thought. Where are you? Where are you when I need you, Matt Pat?
Rhett and Link already did this. They determined that the coloring will come off. However, the chocolate it maintains and it stays solid and it maintains structure.
Interesting.
Nice.
Well, that's a good mythical morning fact right there, if I ever heard one.
Right there. I think they were like holding it in their hand for like a good 10 minutes or so, and the color was completely gone. Like their hand was just a mix of red, blue, and green, and however many colors are in the M&M's rainbow.
No, yeah.
Like, did they test? Did somebody at Mars Wrigley literally test that? It's like, okay, product test. Here we go. We want you to hold it in your hand 24 hours. Don't move.
Just sit down and don't move.
Here's what we want you to do. Fondle these M&Ms for a little while. See what happens. Okay, we're turning up the heat in the room now. Turning up the heat. Look at that. They're not melting. Okay, extreme air
Also,
conditioning
Mrs.
mode.
Texas, go outside in the 100+ degree weather.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Yeah, is this just a all types of weather thing? This is the advancement we needed on this discussion and conversation.
Yeah, just like go take a bowl and just leave a big bowl of M&M just full all the way to the top, out in the 100-degree weather for just like 5 or so hours. See how it holds
Imagine commentating M&Ms melting. And we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the bowl of M&Ms, and we are going to see which color melts the fastest. And in this corner, we have the red M&Ms, the orange M&Ms, the blue M&Ms, the green M&Ms. Everybody loves the brown M&Ms as well.
Of course, Jim, there's always the philosophical question, does a bowl actually have any corners? I don't think so, but that's really not for me to decide.
I know the ones that Dollar General do. No names, please. Oh, no. We just ruined our sponsors there. I apologize, Dollar General.
The Dollar General NRG.
The Dollar Oh, that's not right. Zegtech, how could you do that to him?
The Dollar General energy. That's actually incredible.
Oh, Uncle Roger, have to put foot down. Put my
Like after the
leg
last
down
split,
chair.
Oh,
That is so good.
good meme.
Oh my goodness. The Dollar General NRG. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I feel like that should have been on a first touch. T-Bates, if you're listening, brother, let me back on. We got to talk about the Dollar General NRG. Mercy. Okay. Well, I don't want to wait too much longer, and then, of course, everything's on the prior recording, so we will move onward and upward.
Onward and upward. Where?
Yes.
Where are we going? What is above us?
What is above us? What isn't above us? Shorter answer.
Fair enough.
Oh, baby.
What isn't above? Actually, well, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't want to get into the mitochondria of bacteria that is below us. Trust.
That is true, but you also don't want to get into the trillions and billions and quadrillions of stars in the universe as well.
But is that technically above us?
Among Us?
Because if you start you can't think omnidirectional, because we have just as many stars, etc., below us as we do above us. Now, granted, that's an approximation, a heavy approximation.
That's true. I mean, there kind of has to be this like around the same number above us than below us.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that there's likely an infinite amount of stars, regardless.
I mean, that really depends, though, because technically, we are in a disk formation of a galaxy. So depending on the axis of the Earth and which way you consider up.
But okay, up proper. How did this devolve into this? By the way, this is actually going to be good. Up proper.
This was my fault, my mistake. Anyway, on with the conversation.
Up proper would be whatever is directly above us. Now, taking into account the fact that once every 12 hours or so, we completely rotate on our axis 180 degrees. What is up above us then becomes below us, and vice versa. So, depending upon the variables of time, of the day, where exactly we are in that spectrum, and yeah, sorry, Floofy, the sound alerts aren't on at the moment. We're during the casting workshop, but much love. Thank you, brother, for being here. But keep in mind, so the spectrum, etc. Like I said, Floofy, much love. Oh, goodness. The spectrum of things above us and below us change practically in approximation every 12 hours. And they stay even remotely with a small variable distance depending upon the off-axis of the world. So you could argue that at any given time, the infinite amount of stars above us and the infinite amount of stars below us, I use the word infinite just to define what we would not be able to enumerate, equate to each other, arguably.
All right.
That being said, this is a very interesting topic, and I feel like we need people with much larger brains than our own. Maybe some galaxy brain.
If we take that into account, that would have to make more stuff be below us than above us, because there are so many molecules in the earth. Because also, we're technically on top of the earth. There's an entire earth between us and the rest of the stars, so we can't forget
Yes.
about that, as well as the atoms of like the floors and like the plants, the grass.
Yes.
My desk. I am technically above my desk. Half of me is.
So okay, so here's where the rubber meets the road, though. Because the molecular density of solids is much larger than that of the I don't want to say fluid density, because that sounds like I'm getting, but the composition of molecules within the air with the kinetic energy, etc., that is there. You could argue that regardless of how many stars are above or below you at any given time, the molecular density below you, given that despite the overarch of the world, the Earth is beneath you, regardless of wherever you are on said planet. So the molecular density of the Earth being below you is greater than the molecular makeup of the heavens above you at any given time. When you consider the heavens below you interchange every 12 hours. Approximately.
Gentlemen,
I don't.
done it.
I feel like we're curing some sort of disease at this point. Wait a minute.
Incredible.
The Dollar General energy. Oh, that's so good. I'm saving the image. Okay, there we go. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new background. Courtesy of Zektek. This is the new official background for probably the 5 minutes before Mateo comes in and kills me for disrespecting Team of the Professional scene in the process. But right there, that is glorious. There you go. The Dollar General NRG. Beautiful. I don't know that it gets any better than that, folks. We might have to end on that note. It's so good. Let's see, fit the screen. Oh, okay, perfect. That is beautiful. Emotional damage. Oh, that is not right. It is right, but it's so totally not right all at the same time. Really good stuff. Anyway, like I was saying, I need to start moving on this otherwise. But I do appreciate the fact that we had this discussion. Just because despite how nonsensical it was, how hyperbolic some of our thought processes were, it was a brilliant time together. Anywho.
Fun. Woo.
Oh, mercy. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So onward and upward. 6:30. So 32. Anyway, so over this last week, we ended up going to DreamHack Dallas, which was the host of the CRL World Championship, the first ever CRL World Championship. It was a no-brainer for me personally to go to, given what I am currently doing in the Rocket League spectrum. So this was one of those commitments where, regardless of whether I was getting paid to do something, whether I was involved in any way, shape, or form, I was not going to be there, because I've been a representative of what CRL has been for years at this point. There will be times where in every young commentator's career or esports enthusiast career where you're going to have spots like this where you literally cannot not be at something because of the magnitude of what is at stake or what has gone down in... Oh, there it is. I was about to say, come on, pencil lead, come back for me. The magnitude of what an event means to your scene. So regardless of if you're Rocket League, maybe you're a Formula One commentator or an esports commentator in the iRacing field, maybe you're commentating something completely different. Knowing when to go and where to go, and then making sure that you pre-allocate funds along the way, saving up little bits here and there, is always a very good thing. Knowing that every single opportunity that you get to meet people within the scope of what you are doing, it is the better. Now, I say that, but at the same time, I had a discussion with somebody over internet DMs just in the last 48 hours that kind of alluded to, and I was encouraging this person about content creation, about meeting people in person, and how to conduct themselves. The bottom line is, before you even think about going to an event like a CRL World Championship, you want to make sure that what you have is a personal product that is well thought out. And the direct quote that I gave this person was, if you are trying to get in this business, you need to treat yourself as a business. And that includes, well, let's make goals, business style goals, for, how big a in the case of commentary, how big a broadcast that we want to make. Perhaps casting in front of 100 people would be a small or a medium-sized goal for whoever may be hearing this. Maybe just commentating in general. would be the goal. Maybe the goal needs to be, well, let's put together a show reel. That way we can show to people and they understand what we bring to the table. Regardless, you do want to have a foundation together, and you should create for yourself a mission statement. What is your commentary all about? When you bring a mission statement into your commentary, you're setting a standard for yourself. Like, this is the bar that I want to achieve every single time that I go out and do things. Like, this is the standard. This is how good I want to be. This is what I want to be known for. And then as you are developing the goals around that, so how do you, here's the mission, but how do I get to that? That should be the goals. You should have short-term, long-term goals. And it becomes more and more about, okay, this is how I'm going to meet this goal here in order for me to move up to this one. And eventually, as you're going through all of that, your drive becomes your goals. People are going to start seeing, wow, this person is making the moves up, and it becomes less and less about, oh, whether I'm getting gigs or not, and it's more about, am I achieving my goals? Am I pushing forward my personal standard? Am I bringing the very best version of myself to each and every broadcast that I do? And once you have that foundation laid, the work ethic, etc., then you're able to present what you have done to people in live scenarios, and you're able to push your content, to pitch your content to those prospective people who would be able to hire you. So that was where I was mentally at DreamHack, going over each and every moment. I wanted to make sure that I was bringing forth beforehand the very best version of myself. I had business cards that I was so happy to show off on the last stream that I had made up. And throughout all those business cards, there was also the underlying tone of, okay, I have met so many of my goals recently that, to be honest, I come out of DreamHack with a whole new set of standards. Never be afraid to update what you want, what your scope is, what your game plan, what your business plan is, because most business plans are fluid. They are constantly changing as you're able to add or to achieve certain goals. So what I was able to do was spectacular while I was at DreamHack. I was able to talk to a lot of my co-commentators. I was able to see, by and large, more than half of the people that I work with on the B stream specifically. And I was able both to be an encouragement to them as much as they were an encouragement to me. My personal favorite thing about going to live events like this is we have the opportunity to display ourselves to not just people who matter, but we have the opportunity to show consistency in what we do. How you approach and how you talk to somebody's dad or mom is just as important, if not more so, than how you end up talking to Psionics Corey. If you're looking at, Rocket League as a potential career. Why is that? Well, it's mainly due in part to the fact that people remember the person that you presented. In some cases, I look back at the interactions that I've had with people like Subi Smash. And before I had ever met Subi in person or even had Twitter interaction with Subi in 2018 at the first ever CRL championship, a dude came up to me, knew who I was, and wanted to have a conversation with me. That was a moment, albeit 5 to 10 minutes total, that changed my life and had me push toward, hey, I could turn this into not just a hobby. I can actually approach this like a professional. I have that conversation and Mr. Smash to thank for a lot of where I am today, because if it not for the fact that he decided to take me and his time with me or his time with anybody seriously, I would not have ever considered, wow, this is another person who is married, has children, and is doing the exact same thing that I can only pipe dream about, and being outlandishly successful at it. Of course, Subi now member of that team, that A team that seems untouchable. It really is amazing to see what Psyonix has been able to put together. The best of the best talent is in those spots for a reason, and they're continuing to improve. So I'm very encouraged each and every time I get to see the A team. But just as you go into every cast trying to treat it like it is your last, upholding the highest of your standards, trying to represent yourself to the very best of your abilities, every single minute, small conversation, the interactions that you have are just as important. And that goes beyond just the in-person. That is relevant content to Twitter. It's relevant content to whatever platform you decide to push yourself onto. So always be thinking with a purpose, what is it that I am doing? Why am I at DreamHack Dallas right now? What do I have to do to have a profitable DreamHack Dallas? Just putting something in for referendum. Like, people hearing this may not be thinking, oh, well, I need to get DreamHack Dallas. Go to the next one. That way I can show off everything I've done. Maybe there isn't too much of a body of work and they'd be too embarrassed. What do you have to do to get to that point where you're going to be confident in what you represent and present it to the people that you're going to meet? So all of that, all encompassing, and I will try to cut it off here just because I don't want this rant to be much longer than the 10 minutes I intend it for. All of those little things play a role in who we are and who we become in the spectrum of commentary or content creation or whatever it is that we do in life. It doesn't have to be just things, casting workshop, etc. It literally is the integral interior of who we are. Like wearing your heart on your sleeve, allowing an overflow of your character to be who you are in your identity, in your commentary, I feel like is the best way of doing things. But approaching each and every gig, whether it be paid, unpaid, whether it be something that is volunteer, all of that is just as important, because you should bring the same set standards to everything that you do. And you should try to make every single rep that you make better than the last one. Like it's the last thing that you will ever do in your life. So that is my TED Talk on that, and it dropped about 15 minutes. So, any questions? The lecture's over. Yay!
Round of applause.
Yes.
My mic won't pick it up, but I'll just say round of applause.
Yes.
Good job, Kendo. So, Ruko, I did hear you say you got business cards made, like for yourself. Did I hear that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I can DM you an image of what my business cards look like.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, very much so.
Because that's that's like one way that I've been looking on branching out as well. Like just making a business card.
I would say the only thing I regret is I didn't put esports ambassador on my card. That was a term I hadn't thought about at the time, and it kind of goes in line with my brand. I'm not exactly like the caster that everybody loves.
I get you. But yeah, I think business cards might be a good idea because like I don't want to have to like carry around an entire resume. But like if I like
Oh yeah.
like if I meet someone and like they want to know more about me and like I don't like either have time or if I don't want to have to like pull up everything, I could just give them like a business card. So
But yeah, and actually I'll pull one out over here. Got one on the counter.
okay.
But I can kind of flash what it looks like on the stream really quick.
I will.
So we got that right there. That would be the frontage. There's a little bit of an effect to it. It's got the logo and everything. But on the back end, we got the Linktree QR code and basically just a list of general things that I do along with contact information.
That's smart.
May or may not
That's
have
smart.
it may or may not have other contact information that I'd rather not dox myself here. But
I took some to the winter major and handed out 2 of the like 20 that I printed.
yeah, I was dumb and I printed off more than 100. But when they're offering to print you know, say 250 more for a smattering of $4 or $3, it's like, why not? Why not? Let's just add more. That way I never regret giving them away.
Not just me. I mean, it's better to have more than you need than have less. Like, simple as that. Would you rather have too much or not enough? Like in that sense.
Let's see here, and yeah, I would rather have too many because I can give them to literally everyone. Like there's nothing wrong with putting your contact information out there. Like there were people even within the realm of eFuse that I gave my card anyway. It's like, Ken, I know how to contact you. Yeah, but that has my phone number on it. Hey. Wait a minute. I just doxed myself. Never mind. Now everybody's going to go back and they're going to be like, oh, maybe we'll see his phone number really quick.
That's why I put my thumb over mine. Look at that.
Oh, nice. That's a nice.
It's a little beat up because it's been in a drawer for a bit, but
I see. I can still tell what it says and all that. Oh wait, I can see Zectech's area code. Oh, let's go.
I mean, people already know that I'm gonna be in Eugene, Oregon this summer because I was talking about it earlier. But
Eugene, Oregon.
Yes, I see your card. Looks delicious. Wow.
I like the color. The blue color looks nice on that.
yeah,
You see, this is where I would do what Zectech just did if not for the fact that my phone is my webcam. So I'm on camera right now. I cannot be on camera right now. I'm sure everybody would think it'd be a much more delicious stream.
Aw.
But it is what it is. Oh boy. Okay. T. Why are you leaking out that? Is there a crack? It's like leaking out all over me. I'm like, why? Why? Why is this doing this to me? Ugh.
if they say why?
Okay. Oh yeah, that is my TED Talk, and I highly encourage anyone under the sound of the voice that just said all of that to treat themselves like a business. be diligent about the way that you want to grow yourself and grow your scope, grow your product, grow your brand. And the more you're achieving your goals, the more you are doing it with that all of that positive energy, the more people are just going to naturally see, hey, this Zectech guy, pretty cool what he's doing at Oregon State. And by the way, the positivity, the mantra this person seems to have, very nice. I like it very much. This is someone to get behind. And it would be one thing to have just the, well, this is someone I know, but if you throw on, this is someone I know that has a track record of being fantastic at what they do, and they are constantly achieving their goals. You know, here's a couple examples of how much positivity they bring to the table. Boom. And by the way, here is their reel.
Which I still need to make.
Oof.
Honestly,
Okay, I've got a whole
really,
summary to put together.
I'm still using my reel from like 6 months ago, and it's not that good. It is not up to par with what I put out right now.
Yeah. And in
Because
all honesty,
I've gotten a lot better in the last 6 months.
yeah.
I also recently switched mics, so
That's another
sound
that's
quality
another
difference.
thing. Like the sound quality difference depending upon what microphone you're using, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got.
But like always being able to consistently update the clips, like each and every spot that you do, make sure that you're going through. I always keep a notepad with me to write down, goals, specifics, whether it be the score line in a game with the shot count or who had a brilliant assist. If I have a point that I made in game 1 or 2 that comes back in the end, I want to make sure that I note that at the same time. But don't be afraid to just straight up note, hey, this was a banger goal I just called. I need to go back and clip that sucker.
That me. Yeah.
I definitely need to do that as far as right now. Like, when I go back to do that, I've basically just been ripping the entire stream and then just watching back through it. Which, is nice because then I can see all my highs and lows and I can also critique myself. But also, I'm watching hours plus worth of content for like re-highlights. I will say, I find interesting. Someone recently posted on Twitter a little bit ago, like, "Hey, casters, how many notes do you take? Do you take big notes, small notes? How do you remember all these things? Do you take screenshots?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't take notes. You see, I've had 7+ years of marching band, and so I know how to memorize something after seeing it once. So like, I will see the scoreboard once and to be able to recall it, get 2 or 3 games later, and be like, I remember." They had 9 shots, their teammate had 3 shots, and then, the other teammate converted 5 of their 7 shots or whatnot. Which is, a good skill that's been very helpful to me. But I feel like maybe if there might be situations where I have to remember multiple series in a row or something, if I'm doing something across multiple days, I might want to take notes. Yeah, so far I've been able to kind of skate by with my memorization techniques.
Which I admire anyone who has that kind of memory. I personally don't, which is why tendency is my rule of thumb. Try to take those notes, but if you can get by without it, I mean, that's one of those things that's not exact to every single commentator. But anywho, anything that either one of you would like to talk about? just before we potentially get into some replay delving?
I got none.
Um, do you do any like organization of like who appears on certain streams and whatnot? Do you ever do any overhead as far as like organizing talent?
As far as organizing talent, like as far as being a talent manager for CCA, or what do you mean?
For anybody really.
So the short answer to this is absolutely. Like CCA CRLB stream specifically, I'm in charge of making sure that the talent one is on the availability sheet, but also we try to get as even a dispersion of the talent usage as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
If you're referring to more along the lines of perhaps the workshops, that is something that is in the works. I want to create a opportunity for those who would be interested in becoming more of a mentor, who are already there within the B stream spectrum, to start doing things within this scope that we have just created. Like the casting workshop is something that I feel is not going to go away. I think it's going to continue to be something that CCA and eFuse continue to bring. Whether or not I am the one always in charge of it, and it not become something that gets delved out to multiple personalities, that is very much up in air. But for the infancy process of it, I'm doing a lot of it myself and making sure that, okay, this is the standard that we set. This is set goal of how we want to conduct ourselves during one of these. And once we have all of that written down and we have it organized and we can present it to other prospective hosts for the casting workshops and they can agree to it, then we can start saying, okay, I know that this person's going to uphold these standards because they've already done it. They've agreed to what they said that they're going to do. And let's get more and more people involved. Let's add more and more themes as time goes on and make it so that rather than, hey, somebody just showed up, here comes Dazarin out of nowhere, it can become more of a scheduled thing rather than a random occurrence. So at the moment, we are very much just trying to keep up with a great many things. There are also other things behind the scene which have affected my ability to do certain thematics, etc. Like I was behind in getting the schedule out for this month due to a couple of things, but they will remain unnamed.
Cool. I was thinking, as we're looking at like at OSU expanding our broadcast club and doing more events, both in person and virtual, and what type of things. As far as like, you know, as we expand our talent, I'm looking for casters and whatnot. Like, what type of things do you like look for as far as when you pair certain casters, or if you've got options and whatnot, pairing casters or pairing producers and observers and whatnot, or like how do you match talent together to work the best? What are things you look at when it comes to that?
So this is perspective that comes from doing this for well over, like we're beyond 5 years at this point. But the first thing to always take into account is the experience of somebody. Yes, there are people who are just straight up naturals at what they do. Not going to name any names. Danger Taco. They literally can cast for the first time and they can be better than 90% of the rest of the field. Those types of people, those types of human beings are very few and far between. So a lot of the time, I try to avoid putting two people who are in their first year of commentary together. Granted, there's also scope. So like, say for instance, I at one point was the talent and community manager for United Rogue. That where there were times where it was unavoidable. Like I had this person who just started casting yesterday, and then I have this person who's only been casting 4 months, but they are the only ones available in this slot. So I have to put those two people together at this point. Otherwise, there's not going to be a broadcast. Hey, so sometimes your hands are tied. But the first thing that I always scope is what is the level of experience, and try not to double up on two people who are under a year of experience. Another caveat of that would be, though, you also could have those two people have very good chemistry together. At which point, I'll throw the rules out the window, because those two people could grow what they already have together into something that's very special. So, yeah, it's kind of rule number 1, but also you can caveat that it's rule number 2, if you know what I'm saying. There's a very deep Rocket League reference there.
Cool. It's good to know.
Another thing would be style. Like, you also want to try to get people who are able to vary up their style, because if you know two people are both play-by-play and there's hard play-by-play and staunch, nobody has done a lick of color in their life, that's something else to try to avoid. But I guess the overarching thing is you want to try to make sure that there is as smooth a presentation as possible in whatever pairing you do. So having someone who is a leader in a pairing with somebody new, it can always be a good thing, more often than not. There are also people who have been doing this for a very long time who they cast as well as their co-commentator. So I say all of that, the word salad, just to say this: it's all subjectional. It's all very dependent upon the relevant factors that you have in front of you, whether it be the talent involved, whether it be the audience that you are broadcasting to. Each and every thing plays into the other. So after that, like, you can go through all the macro management you want to. Finding somebody who's really comfortable in hybrid, throw them in a role with another hybrid commentator. Try to get your play-by-plays and your colors together. But think about your number 1 priority is what is going to make the smoothest broadcast with the best presentation. Oh, and also, you also got to think about people's personal good, because I just said, hey, think of what is going to be the best broadcast. It's going to be the smoothest. Well, I got 2 commentators who are 4-year veterans. They do great hybrid together. Let's put them on all 4 of the matchups. Nobody else. Everybody else go home. You are not worthy of my smooth presentation. No, that doesn't work that way. You still have to balance everything. All things in moderation. Hopefully that answered that fairly well.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. Appreciate the insight.
Like I said, though, there are things that you can read into. A thing that I really love is to, once you actually know a commentator, and this was something the B stream for Worlds ended up being myself, along with a couple of the folks from the Uni Rocketeer side. And we were all planning the pairings for certain matches together. So we literally went through and like, okay, I like this person with this person for this reason. I like this person with this person for this reason. The energy between these two would be unmatched. So opening would be good, or the match that we feel is going to be the closest. And that was just the reasoning. We were reasoning back and forth. We were talking heads about talent, and it was so much fun to theory craft. Hey, who's gonna be good with who, just based off of their body of work, just based off what they bring to the table, the knowledge base, the rhythmic delivery of their commentary, and we ended up having the B stream go off with I mean, not too many major issues. there were some issues along the way, but again, no names, please. Not really names that need to be named as much as issues that arose and were taken care of as best they could. But man, oh man, it's so much fun to actually talk about. Hey, this is something that this person does really, really good. And you can, as a talent manager, with the ability to assess, okay, I like this. I think this will go very well with this. This has me excited. This pairing, just the prospect of it could be genius. Or they could laugh us out of the room. But anywho.
I'm gonna have to head out now.
Dang, I kept you too long. I should have asked at the beginning. But no, Starcoin, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're able to be here.
Yep, I try to join whenever I can.
I
But
completely
I gotta
understand.
head out now.
Yeah, hopefully
So-
you and the family are well. Whatever's
we're
going
all
on,
right.
have a wonderful day and wonderful night, and hopefully see you on Monday.
Yeah, I might be busy. I don't know.
Well,
I'll see
regardless, we'll be here.
I see you, Zach Tech.
See you around. Night.
Feels bad.
Mhm.
I talked the year off too long. Now there's gonna be no live casting. I was about to torture you both with more professional play.
I'd enjoy it.
Let's see here.
I'm actually gonna take a quick 15-minute break to have some dinner, but I will be back.
Okay. Do you have a VOD? Perhaps I can do a little VOD review
yes.
during.
Let me find it.
That might be the best direction to go.
Recently
for now.
casted for Havoc.
Ooh, what is Havoc?
It's run by Luke, who's on.
UCF?
I don't know. It's LUC. He coaches for.
Oh, okay. LUC, different Luke.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is the one. I think I casted 2 of the matches for this one. Not all of them. We switch it up a bit, but there we go. All right. I'm gonna go grab dinner. I will be back momentarily.
Enjoy dinner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see here. Okay. What is that music? Oh my. There we are. No! Bad Prime Video. Bad! We got ads. Good. I can just do that.
To be one of the winners for Havoc.
That much of
Would take the win.
Against Gold and you guys yesterday. Ignition ended up not playing, but they could have played spoiler on that one. We may not have had this story.
This evening, Team White, Team Red on the. They'll take it 27 or 5. I tend to believe that it'll always be.
Was just caught in a.
Ah, here we go.
So
Here we
game
go.
number 1 goes to Aqua. But Tacos.
I kind of like the presentation that they got going on.
And again, it's not been, nobody really has a huge shot total. There's only 2 on frame for Team
I love it. You
5 on
literally
frame for
have
Team Gold. It's
cameras.
not anything huge as far as the numbers they're generating, but
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Havoc
There we go.
Esports main league. We are in the semifinals.
Main
here.
league.
I'm
Let's
your
go.
caster, Zectech. With me is Hud. How you doing tonight, Hud?
I'm doing great, Zach. Looking forward to getting into this second series. We've got another great one on deck. Team Aqua and Team Gold. Some teams with some history and some teams with the potential to really, really pop off. So just like every series tonight, this is going to be another banger.
And we've seen them in previous seasons go to the grand finals against one another. Team Gold, though, sweeping Team Aqua last time we saw that happen. So this time, Team Aqua is here for revenge. They are one and they are hungry, and I'm very excited to see what they can bring and what the hunger and fire in their hearts they can bring to this matchup. So I think it's going to be very exciting. I think we're just about ready to get into the match. Players are getting onto the field. This is game number 1. We have 5 minutes on the clock, and this is a best of 5. Let's get it started.
Another best of 5 and another 6 players on the pitch here. Punj, Left Stick, and Taco Stash, the 3 players for Team Aqua. And then Team Gold on the opposite side, Avdiel, Comic, and HC Sparky Jr. So your 6 players on the pitch, and it has already been a quick start, a quick tilt downfield for Team Gold, getting 2 shots on the board already in the first 30 seconds. And these are, another 2 teams that we're expecting to really play a hard-fought series, but Team Aqua definitely having their number a little bit and being a little bit more favorited, but Avdiel is going to absolutely laser beam this one under the crossbar, and we've got goal number 1.
Oh, the center from Cosmic puts out where the defense wasn't ready for it. They get caught on the back foot, and he just, like you said, lasers it under the crossbar. A perfect shot. So fast, and that's an early lead for Team Gold. Team Aqua gonna have to try to fight their way back into it. 4.5 minutes left, plenty of time. Let's see what they can put together. As Taco Stash, one of the real players to watch out for here. Top of B+. His left stick's gonna take a shot though, and it was just an opportunity given to him by Taco Stash on that back line.
Yeah, and just the threat of Taco Stash here on the backboard causes HC Sparky to go all the way up and think about having to defend something from Taco Stash coming off that back wall, and then doing so isn't ready to be in a defensive position to take care of that shot. And it's a quick equalizer found here in game number 1. Not even a minute played, and both teams with a goal on the board. Somehow Punj makes that save. I have no clue how we got back to that one, but it'll start a counterattack downfield for Team Aqua. A back pass from Punj to Left Stick, who will continue on the attack here into the orange end. He's deleted by Sparky, and now Avdi will have it out over midfield. A little bit of a line change, if you will, here at the very end of the first minute of gameplay. And it's still 1-1. Cosmic trying to find a go-ahead. Punj pinches it away off of the crossbar, and Left Stick's going to be out. Foot race against Cosmic, just gets his nose in to take it away. Taco Stash looking for Punj again on the edge of the box, and it's turned aside by Team Gold. They're really stacking it up on the defensive end, but Team Aqua continuing to throw shots into the box. They've not registered a lot of shots on goal, but they're putting a lot of threatening balls at goalward right now, even if they're not quite getting close enough. It's just because Team Gold are out so quickly to challenge everything that they're throwing at them. They've been holding on to this tenuous tie game. Both teams trying to find that go-ahead punch.
Hey, he finally got out. Let's go.
Leaves it for Punch.
Let's go.
Followed up, not quite, as HC Sparky Jr. taking it downfield, trying to flick it past Taco Stash, but Taco Stash staying.
Okay. That is a perfect example of you can do everything right, but do everything wrong at the same time. And so, like, your co-caster, I enjoyed how they flowed through what they were trying to say. There was a lot of logical continuations. You didn't have the overabundance of conjunctive continuations. And really the tone as well as the voice usage was really good. So I like this person's sound. The problem was they did not seem like they were looking for a way to get out, or they were just didn't understand it's best to eventually talk your way out of a play. It was just continuation after continuation after continuation after continuation that was literally doing everything right the wrong way. Oof.
Strong on that shadow defense, and now taking it up the side. He's going for his own, and this is the quickest turn, one of the quickest turns I've seen as we've gone from shot to shot to shot. Left stick, take another one, and it's going to be deflected. And Cosmic now trying to make another drive for Team Gold.
There really hasn't been a whole lot of midfield play in this one. It's just been, all right, possession belongs to us. We're going to get a shot on goal. Possession belongs.
So one thing, when you're trying to manage your teammate, and this is a cruel thing to do, but it's also something that I've used in the past to essentially teach a lesson. Don't be afraid to short throw a commentary teammate who just took an entire minute 30 seconds. Kendo, that's cruel. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Very much so. But especially in spots like this, people are going to realize, wait, I can't talk that much. Or at least they should realize, I can't talk that much and create a cohesive product. If they don't get it, oh well, go next. But if they do get it, a short throw has a tendency to reciprocate into a short throw from your commentary teammate. Because chances are they're still out of breath. Chances are they are still, wow, I took that one a lot longer than I normally would if they have that sort of conscious thought about it. And short throwing it right back onto their plate might help them realize, hey, if my teammate is short throwing, maybe we should return the favor.
Belongs to the other team, they're going to get a shot on goal, and they just kind of have been going back and forth. And again, it's not been, nobody really has a huge shot total. There's only 2 on frame for Team Aqua to 5 on frame for Team Gold. It's not anything huge as far as the numbers they're generating, but the threat level is massive as Punj and Left Stick are going to combine here on a double dunk in the orange box to get goal number 2 for Team Aqua.
On the forceless from both teammates being able to push it together.
Dude has to get out.
If one of them chooses to take it out against, I don't think they're going to win. It's the defender, the 50s trying to pop out, but with both of them there, they're making sure that ball is going nowhere but in. And a quick lead for Team Aqua, and 2 minutes left on the board. Taco Stash sending it in, and Cosmic's going up for it. A quick stop, and Taco's going to respect the control that Cosmic has on that ball.
That was a dangerous 50
Good
out
throw
from Taco Stash, but fortunately teammates ready for that one to come back out as quick as it did.
I can understand why you went a little bit longer, just because you are at the same time trying to help your teammate. Like, for me, doing the short throw, like, it is relatively evil. Utilizing the short throw to make someone realize, hey, you're talking too much. But I'm also someone who has a lot of comfortability in what I bring to the table. So, like, there would literally be times in the past where I've been commentating with somebody who has been talking purely too long, and I will just let them talk until they realize, wow, I need to utilize my co-commentator. You didn't do it here, which is more than fine. You took a little extra off. You threw at a very logical point, and this is good.
Taco's
It's
gonna
smooth.
turn it around there at midfield. Punj takes over an undefended backboard, an opportunity for left stick, and it's converted. 1, 2, 3 for Team Aqua. They slice apart the defense of Team Gold, and they find themselves an insurance goal here
Guess who's back?
in game number 1.
Back again.
Welcome back. Your friend is getting a lot of my ire. 3 minutes and 13 seconds into this. Like, oh boy. Dude is talking long. Dude is talking long.
Team Aqua here. Come
But
on, boy.
Yeah, I threw out the suggestion, just to give you a little spoilers, that way you don't have to go back. I threw out the suggestion of, if your teammate ever does talk too much, and this is just my own, some of the personal tactics that I'll use, especially in smaller community leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Short throw them. Let them talk their heart out. I laughed a little bit. Of like, but Ken, isn't that cruel? Yes. I mean, they might not get it right off the bat, but eventually they're going to realize, wait, I've been working really hard for this. And maybe I should reciprocate these short throws. That way my teammate can help me out here. Granted, there are some people who will never get it, and at which point, I mean, if you're just along for the ride, so be it. And things like that happen sometimes. I haven't had a cast like that in well over 4 years. Like, the last one I can think of was one back when I was just getting some of the United Rogue United Rogue casting program stuff underway.
Mm-hmm.
And the person didn't get it. Normally you can have a conversation after. It's like, hey, let's have a conversation. And you don't have to talk the entire time. in between games, it's like, hey, it's better if we work together on this instead of you taking minute and a half segments. I mean, I'm here too. And of course, I said that a little bit tongue in cheek. I mean, me personally, I'm very comfortable after 5 years in what I bring to the table. So like, I can manipulate the way that the cast goes and sounds better than a large majority of the people in the field.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's but it's an evil thing to do, but never be afraid to just be like, oh, so you want to go a minute and a half? Here, 15 seconds, you can have it back. I said my piece, and I say all that. You did the polar opposite. You were very reserved about the way that you approached the situation. You were still sticking to your guns, which is not a bad thing whatsoever, and you were still getting your throws in under 30 seconds in most cases. So I'm interested to see if this person took note. I also said that I really like the way that they sounded, like the way that they've kind of wordsmithed themselves. Their clarity and enunciation has been a lot of fun. So it's like they're doing a lot of things right, but they're doing it all right the wrong way.
Insurance making sure that they are pushing every single ball down the throats of Team Gold that they can here in game number 1. They want to let them know that they are here and they mean business. Team Gold looking to put something together here on the far side. Some quick passing plays just to get it down to the corner, but going to go across the left stick, has some space to work with, and Team Aqua looking for some counterattacks, but Cosmic quickly turning in Punch, just gets in front of it in time.
Just
another good throw.
Punch to turn that one away, and now as we approach the final third of this game, number 1.
Let's see how you close it out.
Here is Team Gold. Can they find a second in enough time to give themselves an opportunity to score a third? An opportunity wasted there, not quite wasted. They just
because I highly doubt that you're gonna get any help from your co-commentator here as far as trying to manage the time.
were turned aside by a pretty good stand from the Team Aqua, but every opportunity that Team Gold takes that doesn't end up in a goal is more time that's bleeding away off this clock as we're within
I will say I
minute
tried to be a little more color focused on some of the games in this series.
which I mean is not a bad thing. Be ready and able to fill whatever role your teammate isn't really paying that much attention to. That being said, there's so many different things that he's done so far, like essentially stealing the reset for the score and the time. Like,
In this game number 1,
I'm like the sounds pretty good.
Taco Stash is going to have
But
it all the
all
way
the
into
little
the orange
things
end. Abdiel,
are off
pretty
just a
easy
little bit.
save, but again, more time bleeding away. Left stick with a catch. He's taken off the field by Cosmic on
My money's on he takes this the entire way if there's no goal.
the follow through. Taco Stash just enough in the air, but still stalling out that defensive line. Can't commit because you're just not sure what Taco Stash is going to do with it. So many opportunities, so many different places he could take it. You got to wait. And in that waiting, more time is coming off the clock. And Team Gold starting to get up against it. Cosmic maybe an opportunity of the year, but left stick shuts it down.
No elevation?
And with 20 seconds left, it's going to be all to do for Team Gold. Abdiel on the sideboards, not a lot of post-ground pinch opportunity. Looking for Cosmic, but Taco Stash sees that one coming before it can even come together. 10 seconds left, and it's looking like Team Aqua are going to put their stamp on this series early. Game number 1 going to be a blue tick on the scoreboard, and it's going to be a 3-1 scoreline for Team Aqua.
Oh, I didn't call it. I called it.
I will say, from what I talking with him, I do think he is used to probably solo casting several games in a row, and so he's probably still getting used to having a co-caster.
The phone cam. What's up, Soap Bar? How you doing? Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Team Aqua coming out strong. We also almost watched like once or twice when the defense had to push up too far. Their man gets beat on a play, but other than that, these teams doing an amazing job keeping those defensive rotations tight. And the offense, these turnarounds are so fast, so quick. Just going from one person up the sidewall, it gets bounced away. Next person takes it up the sidewall to the backboard. It's just back and forth and back and forth. And these teams are just taking pot shots back and forth. And there's so many shots being registered. And the defense for both teams being tested continually. And Team Gold just couldn't keep up with Team Aqua was putting against them.
Yeah, and it's the I wish that I would have had a second to look at the scoreboard at the very end, but it was gone so quickly as we're moving to a new server. But the shot numbers weren't anything insane. It was such a fast-paced game, but because it was so many long balls kind of thrown in, just testing defenses that never got far enough to even be registered as shots. So then therefore you don't have anything that gets registered as saves. Like the
No! Dadgummit. The stinking ads kill me, man. Got 2 more. Sure would be nice to have AT&T fiber at my house. Never mind.
Nice thing about being in a tech school is that once we do get stuff going on campus, we've got like multi-gig internet.
Oh no. Telling the young Rocket League players to never touch this game again. No, not that way. Mr. Clean.
didn't show how.
But yeah, I
lopsided
completely,
that game
I
was.
feel you
mean,
there.
Team Aqua really taking it to Team Gold, throwing a lot of really tough reads.
I wish I
in
had
on
that
the
kind of
defensive
internet.
end and just waiting for those juicy bounces to
It's the
come
only
out
thing
the
that
jump
I'm
run.
missing
And
at this
when
point.
You're that quick and you can be that consistent with your touches. It's not a hard thing to
Upload
do
that
to
isn't
be able
capped
to
at
take these
30.
games. So game number 1 goes to Aqua. It was played pretty close by Team Gold until the very end. They were trying to find that.
Okay,
goal
not gonna
that
lie,
was never
not gonna lie.
goal
The
number
next
2,
map
but they've got an opportunity here.
thing that they're rolling
Game
with, pretty
number
cute.
2, another 5 minutes on the clock, and Team Gold are going to try to take this series to a 1-1
I also appreciate
scoreline.
the fact that
And,
they are
just to
throwing
bounce back a
in
little
the
bit, I don't think game
cameras
number 1
for
was a
the
bad showing for
players.
them at all, but they definitely got a little outplayed by Team Aqua. They
It is
know
cool.
that
I did not
Taco
know they were
Stash is
doing
such
that.
a threat, and then worrying about Taco Stash, it's given the opportunity for people like Left Stick to fill in the gaps here. Taco Stash forces it to the corner, and it's an easy put away on the
Why?
Ripper from
Why are you
Left Stick.
replay-by-playing your
15
own
seconds in for
play-by-play?
Team Aqua.
What?
Taco Stash bring that threat up.
Did the dude really just do that?
To respect
A bad showing for them at all, but they definitely got a little outplayed by Team Aqua. They know that Taco Stash is such a threat, and then
Oh,
worrying
mercy.
about Taco Stash, it's given the opportunity for people like Left Stick to fill in the gaps here. Taco Stash forces it to the corner, and it's an easy put away on the Ripper from Left Stick for goal number 1, 15 seconds in for Team Aqua.
Yeah, dude is very used to
Taco
solo
Stash bring
casting.
that threat upfield, making the defense have to respect him and what he can do. Makes them throw what bodies they can in front of him, and then when he does get up to the corner, it's Left Stick taking the space and time of what given to him. and
So
just
I'm
putting it home.
95% sure,
Right here,
like
Punch,
the
Birdman
the
puts it up for his
graphics
teammates. Thompson
are
puts it high. It's coming back down because Punch gets to a no average.
based off of
First,
Team Accelerate's
Punch
package.
in the center. Cosmic stops it, and now Team Gold trying to make something happen
I
on
would
the
not know.
offense. But his Punch, he's gonna keep control for his team, and Team Aqua
that
are
would
gonna
make
sure
sense,
that
I
Team
guess.
Gold don't have anything to work with here.
Yeah, it's a great slowdown there from Team Aqua.
Dude, immaculate throws, by the way.
Oh,
Like
thank
it
you.
seems like you're leaving a lot more in general terminology. So like you're not getting too far into the play-by-play whatsoever. So like there's a lot of general ball movement, placement, and I could see the difference where it's leaving you open to throw in much better confines.
Thank you.
Well, that the exit wasn't quite as well executed, but fortunately Punch jumps in front of
Now, if only you had a co-commentator that was reciprocating.
the
Well,
drive
there's 2 series here I think that I've casted. The second one was with a different caster, so
from Team
we get to
Gold
see
take
a
it
different
away.
co-caster.
A good thought there from Cosmic, but unfortunately the delay in that centering ball meant that Avdiel just sat still for a little bit too long and the victim of a backside demo. And as we've passed a minute, that one's just going to squeeze in. Avdiel somehow manages to find an angle on this 50, squirting the ball back out into the box. Taco Stash just can't quite get there in time, and it finds a way through. Punch can do nothing but watch it go past him. And an equalizer is found by Team Gold. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to go in. And we've got a level ball game.
I think it is something that's been crucial for Team Gold here is not going for pretty goals, but just functional goals at this point. Make sure they can try to get those demos, those bump plays, open up the defense of Team Aqua. They gotta make something happen. Their offense has been shut down for too long for them to try to keep it, in these maybe traditional ways of making offense. I think they should throw all 3 members upfield all at once. Don't neglect your defense. But Cosmic, the double tap off the backboard is gonna put it home. That's the kind of drive we want to see from them.
Yeah, hard forecheck here from Cosmic. A little bit of a mistouch on the sidewall from, I think it was Punch that just couldn't quite corral it over on that right side.
Don't think, no.
Cosmic right on the end of it, waiting to pounce on the loose ball. He slots it home, and now it's a lead for Team Gold. Looking to try to get another one quickly here. Sparky's going to have it on frame. It's too quick for Left Stick, and now it's a 2-goal lead early on here in game number 2. Team Gold.
He could drop off so many times.
That quick little pass off the corner means that Team Aqua is just caught in an awkward spot. And that slam home go-ahead goal. The Team Gold
I'm going to go with you handled this really well.
Thank you.
Stands will be the series winner.
Because I'm having issues listening to that too elongated.
Very well could be our grand finals tonight. So this is the first showing of these teams that could be. Welcome back to the Havoc Main League official stream.
So Benji,
My co-caster Zektek, and we are here with.
show me some
the
Benji.
third
Let's
match
go.
tonight, and it will be Team Gold versus Team White.
A very exciting matchup. I'm so excited to see how these two teams come together. I've seen Team White play before.
Much love,
They
Mr.
absolutely
Clean. Much
smashed
love.
last series I saw them play. It was a wonderful game to see. And Team Gold coming off this last victory we just saw. A 3-1 matchup against Team Aqua. They were bringing together all 3 players, doing an amazing job. So really a clash of the Titans here in the winners final. Very excited to see how this game goes. We have a best of 7. I believe we have almost everyone ready. How are you feeling tonight, Benji?
I mean, this is sort of a prelude to what very well could be our grand finals tonight. So this is the first showing of these teams that could be possible 3 best of 7. So the first one preludes us, and we're going to get our players to join the lobby and see how this one goes, because this is a very, very, I guess, the clash of the titans. These two teams have been battling back and forth for the entire season to be called the best team in the league. They got one more chance to prove right here in one of the last chances they're ever going to have of Season 6.
We've got 5 minutes on the clock in the game going. And here we go. Cosmic off the side wall. Starting the drive for Team Gold. Abiel's going to follow up, but Pixar is there for it. Pinda taking it downfield, trying to get back to HG Sparky, but HG Sparky staying strong on the defense. If he's going to help him out, but Pixar gets it away. And Cosmic now staying in front of Pixar. HG Sparky getting past him, past Memto. Now just Pinda trying to stop him.
Exactly, and I think this is definitely going to be a battle of Cosmic versus Pixar. The two highest performing players on their teams are going to have to, I wouldn't say step up, but they're going to be the leaders for both teams on different sides of the pitch. We'll see which one can have more determination to take this one out. If Memento is the one in the midfield, Panda going to be the first one to it. Couldn't get past Cosmic though. They'll leave that ball for teammate Pixar. Pixar not able to hit the ball either, and Aviel going to move this ball downfield. Had a bit of a quiet game last series, so we'll see if he can make more of an impact than the last time he played him. Which, I mean, we have to put that as a factor as well. Team Gold are coming hot off their win. Their 3-1 win versus Team Aqua. Team Aqua definitely could have posed a threat to their roster and their tournament run. So, coming off that win, getting a little bit of weight off their shoulders, and we'll see how they play against their #1 opponent here in Team White.
And that team synergy is going to be hugely important. Pixar and Cosmic
Love it.
really need to facilitate that team connection.
I feel like
we saw last
the
time,
team synergy is going to be a lot better for this casting pairing too.
for the team. If you're trying to take it away from your entire
Oh,
team,
yeah.
eventually it becomes a 1v3, and there are very few players in the entire world who can 1v3 entire teams. So really working that synergy together as a team is going to be huge for this series. Just seeing which team can come together and really make those connections to get past their opponents.
Got story
Now
building.
we see Sparky.
Another clean throw.
That ball downfield, but it will be in the hands of Pixar. Still, no one will be able to score in our first 2 minutes.
Pick
of
up
this
with
game.
play-by-play.
Could change quickly though as Pixar moves this one downfield. Into the hands of Memento, but go the pass, and Cosmic with the wall dash is going to move his player downfield. Going to go for the quick shot
Ooh.
as well, and almost be able to squeeze that one in, but Panda. Goal line save coming in from him, Sparky. Another shot there, very aggressive once again. To the backboard they go. Pixar puts that ball to the wall. Cosmic shooting once again. This one is on Memento there and for the save in net. And the aggression heavily in the favor of Team Golden and Memento to clear this one out. Gonna try and get past Evdale, gets the demo past him as well. Cosmic, last one back for the time being, plays that 50-50 to perfection. Sparky once again. And they are just trading blows right now, and no one able to break through the defense yet, or no one able to muster enough offense to go through it.
Like you said, the defense is standing strong for both these teams. Not giving away too many opportunities. Not letting 50s in their own half go in the wrong direction. Cosmic air dribble all the way downfield, leaving it for his team. Abiel's going to take the shot and put down the first goal of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes going by for these two teams to go back and forth. And Panda, first off, Cosmic got an excellent 50, and the bumper tip on Memto is going to leave a wide open left half of the goal for Abiel to slam it home. An excellent starter goal.
Love it. Okay, good. I appreciate the fact you stumbled a little bit on the goal call, and then you, rather than giving it halfway through, you made a decision. I am going to throw at the end of the goal replay. Let's just cover the rest of it, cover the rest of the bases, and move on from there. So it was a really good executive decision, and it continued to make things smooth.
Thank you.
One thing that I did kind of pick up from, not this, but over the weekend with the professional side of commentary. Excuse me. I got to see how they do TriCasts firsthand, and TriCasts are baffling to the regular mindset. But it also gave me. Go ahead.
Sorry, I remember someone talking about TriCasts and how they were set up. Yeah, go for it. I'll see if it racks my brain of what I remember from it.
Sorry, I was turning
But-
on my fan really quick. the way that TriCasts work more often than not is they will use hand signals and communicate that way off screen. And what I found was more often than not in a TriCast, they utilize the pure play-by-play as gap filler to the storyline building or the color commentary points that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have two people having a conversation, you'll have somebody interject, but once everyone's run out of things to say, you'll get a little bit of that play-by-play for a moment until someone else has something else. They'll signal, "Hey, me, I'm gonna go a long time," and they'll actually use hand signals in order to do that. And it gave me a new mentality on the way that play-by-play, especially in a hybrid style, should work. Like, it should be what you go to when neither commentator has anything that is good to say. Or anything that is productive to either building the storyline at hand or giving background with analytics. So I had never being a play-by-play main, I had never actually thought about it in that respect until this weekend. There have been times where my mentality's alluded to it, but it's never actually been a, wait a minute, maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Maybe we're all thinking about this all wrong. Maybe play-by-play is just a means to an end until you have something better to say. So just a little tidbit of something that I mentally learned, and I'm gonna use it to advance my own game going forward.
Yeah,
but
was it Waller? Somebody talked about doing TriCasts. I think they were talking about the Winter Major. I kind of observed this as well because I was front row 105 right next to just right over, so I could easily see the casters and all that setup of like the hand signals and like just taking some time to look at each other as they're talking.
Yeah,
and then like they can just sort of like see, oh, you look like you have something to say, or oh, you're wrapping it up. You've closed your mouth and you're not turning to look at the screen or whatnot. And so just sort of all those cues that they have to each other of just like, hey, I have something to say. I'm going to hand it over to you. Do you have something to say?
So my original thought was I wanted to actually see this live and go back there, go behind the scenes. I have quite a few friends, and I was brought back behind the scenes once while I was there. It wasn't of my own asking. it was like, I was actually talking to Rome, and I was literally going through, there are so many things that I want to know as far as how they conduct themselves in a TriCast or what goes on back there, how, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, "Wait, you want to go back?" I'm like, "Sir, y'all are in the middle of something. I'm not about to interject." He's like, "Give me a second." So he goes, he gets a couple people, and they bring me back there, and I ended up having a really fun time just conversating with a few people in between some of the casts.
That's cool.
But
nice.
The best part of all of it, I never actually got to see a live TriCast, but Stacks, when he was out in the crowd just sitting down, he and I ended up getting going and talking for a solid 10 minutes. And he informed me just how they conduct it, how it all goes down. And it was a revelation to me, because once I had that information, I matched it up against, okay, here's how they are conducting this TriCast, and wow. Man, Rocket League being live and in person truly gains so much, especially from the casting standpoint, because of how they are able to interweave interject with each other and work as a cohesive unit. And it goes even more into the relative importance of cohesion in a cast is more important than the single things that you can bring. Like, you can have all the tangible or intangible skill sets in the world. Like, you could be Jorby on the sticks. But if there is no cohesion with your co-commentator, it's going to sound lackluster. In comparison to having two people who are a cohesive unit and trying to work together to make a point. But, yeah, it's just a small rabbit trail of interjection.
Exactly. I'll come in and clutch the man that I...
Go ahead.
No, just it's all very cool, and I really want to do a LAN event run/cast. I'm very excited.
Oh, mercy. My first ever LAN opportunity was when Level Up Arena opened over in Overland Park or over in Kansas City area.
Yeah.
And there literally is nothing, and I say this, nothing like commentating live. When you're able to see and you're able to feel the energy of your commentary teammate, when you're able to try to bring that consistency on a person-to-person level, when you can reach out your hand, put your hand on the shoulder of your co-commentator and be like, I got something. I got a little something. And then you're able to just spit amazing out and then give the quick throw back, and then it just continues to go. Like, there's the feeling, it's so good. It's so good. There's nothing like it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can just kind of tell just watching and like how much the cast is getting into. Like at the Winter Major, like I'm like falling down on their knees, just like, what is happening?
Oh gosh, it's so good. Oh, I need to get back up to a level up arena one of these days.
I said didn't do as much in the last series. He's gonna try and bring his A game in this one. Big Scar though brought his A game last series. Probably more like S game there, judging by a tier list, and see if he can bring anything better than that. Big Scar though going back to the wall once again, trying to the FDL. Will be able to, but not enough. As FDL takes this one downfield once again. Seeing more and more pressure being built up. Cosmic with the 50-50. Sparky there for it as well, and he's going to try and go for a quick shot to the wall once again. Memento there for the save. Abdiel there for the shot as well, and it will be played away by
Oh no!
As we're seeing just back and forth, Cosmic last man back him. Forced to make a touch. Not the best, but Abdiel will bail him out. Panda plays that ball back into the middle, but pass plays come through to clear out some pressure, but it's still Team White trying to get this goal back at tie up the game.
Panda now downfield, trying to make something happen, but Avdiel there on the defense.
Oh wait, it's my
one of
turn?
these key players that's been keeping Team White out of the net. Remember,
I mean, it's still better than your
no
previous
one's ever followed up.
co-commentator.
Those passing plays need to happen for Team White in order to get something
Like,
going.
that dude was writing a
Back and forth across the field,
writing a
passes,
Harry
not
Potter
letting
novel.
anything happen for him. And Team
That's all
Gold will
pieces.
happily just take the opportunity to,
Sonic.
No, not Sonic. Thanks Twitch. I hate it. Sonic.
Hey, I live near the Blazers.
Hey, Damian Lillard, baby.
It's so funny because like Nike is like based out of Eugene. Like it's funny because like there's like the Phil Knight Arena and everybody like the founders of Nike were all from Eugene and whatnot, and all these different things and whatnot. And I'm like, wow, it's hard to think of it as like just like a local brand or like a just like like the brand, because like all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a national thing. Like I see it on one of the Rocket League cars because they sponsored one of them, of the decals, and I'm like, this is weird because I have almost like semi-personal connection, but not.
Put it back across and just waste time off the clock where they've got their 1-goal lead.
That really is the dream, though.
The aim of the game here is to waste as much time as possible.
Like,
because
when you can
most teams
get
can't win if they can't score, so
national
also can't put in
sponsorships
free
for
throws.
some of these teams.
Basket.
Oh, that's so dirty! Finish it!
Squeeze that goal on the goal line.
Oh!
There's a bunch of work here to get that ball past Pixcar. I didn't know whether to go for it or not. Pixcar, his hesitation will cost his team a goal. Panda not able to get back in time as Sparky clears that one into the goal. So the lead has been extended. The dagger, it seems, has been put into the coffin as we approach the final 50 seconds with a 2-goal lead in the hands of Team Gold.
45 seconds. Let's see what you do.
Left. You're trying to maintain some good pressure, not letting up on what they've got going.
So just based off of what I'm seeing here, if there's 45 seconds left, I personally, without seeing this ahead of time, want you to keep this the entire 45. Or until there's a goal.
I don't remember, so we'll find out together.
Yeah, that is my desire. You've been struggling with your previous. You had struggled through somebody you held way too long in your previous co-commentator. This guy is not. I would say he's a lot better at not holding the call for an entire minute 30 seconds. But at the same time, we are seeing some transitions that could be better, and then also I don't know, maybe a little bit of tone difference or differentiation would be nice. Like, we had that goal right there. You heard me go crazy for 3 seconds, and I felt like we got more out of me going crazy off the stream for 3 seconds than we did out of the entirety of the goal call.
Momentum in their favor.
I mean, I'm freaking out. Like, oh, that was amazing. But he's still talking like, I don't want to talk over you.
Huge clear. Demo removed the player from the field. The Pixcar now against Cosmic. Avdiel is able to win that away. He's got some time and space. Going to waste as much as he can.
Oh.
Pixcar gets back in time to make sure that there's no shot on net.
And actually could return this one at the goal. Pixar even on target.
Oh, he stole it!
Demo, and with that should be the game here for Team Gold coming out.
I'm not putting that. I'm literally not putting that on you. I'm putting that on him. Like, I could tell you were taking a quick little whoopsie. Dude was like, oh, I want this. This is mine. 10 seconds left. That's the slightest half second to break. Boom, I'm in there, baby. But that also is why you space out some of your wordings, why you take your time and everything, because if somebody does have something better to say in that moment, you gave the perfect little window to make it sound seamless. So that was a good on you more than anything else. If your man's about to take the call from you with 15 seconds to go in a game that, well, with 15 seconds to go, has very little left. I would have loved to have heard you use that last 15 seconds to story build. Well, it may not be the things may not be the case here in Game 1, but Team White still plenty of time. One single goal of solace here on the tail end could lead them into greater confines going through the rest of the series, but game number 1 is all Team Golds. You know, just a little round out statement. You could have done that in the last 15 seconds. Instead,
turn this one at the goal. Pixar are gonna have to do a lot of work here to get this one even on target, and won't be able to. Cosmic gets that demo, and with that,
we got play-by-play.
That should be the game here for Team Gold, coming out very, very hot here, as we expected. At least I expected it. Coming off of that hot series win last time, we're seeing very, very good plays from every single member on this team, and it's actually Pixcar who's got donuts all the way around. Wasn't able to perform this game, so we'll see as they get the third goal in, just get some momentum going. But
donuts all the way around.
Performances on this team if they want to get anywhere near a win in this series, as this game was a complete shutout to the side of Team Gold going against Team White.
A complete shutout indeed. Team Gold making it happen. Avdiel, your MVP, but really all three players here
showing up, putting something up on the board, so whether it be assists, goals, and it looks like 0 saves across the board coming from Team Gold. Team White just not putting anything on target. I think it's really what's going to need to be tightened up. You know, they're going to have to hone in for Game 2 if they want to bring it to Team Gold. Team White need to have that accuracy, get it on point, make those connections. Otherwise, you know, they might just have another game like this where it's, you know, 0 shots and 0 saves. And Team Gold are just going to walk right over them.
What a crazy scoreline to see. 0 saves and 0 goals and 0 shots and 0 saves for Team Gold. So there was no offense, actually no offense for Team White this entire game. 6 saves, but compared to the shots coming in for Team Gold, it was just a fraction of what they could do. So that is amazing to see the offensive prowess the Team White has. Just they are one of the teams known for their offense. To be able to limit them to 0 shots the entire game and 0 goals as well is just something, a feat of its own. So gonna have to see a lot of change from Team White in these game goings forward, or we could have a 4-0 very quickly, which would shock a lot.
My man Benji don't have too much in the way of camera presence yet.
Finals, which, I mean, take a lie, and it would shock.
He hasn't figured out that they're all watching.
Team White and Pixcar in general, these players are.
We got the using the tongue to try to pick something out of your teeth, and then the curling of the hair.
Yep.
Very little to no camera attention. It's kind of cute though. Not gonna lie. Reminded me of me back in the day.
Ooh, the low 50 doesn't work out.
I've been one of the more experienced casters they've brought in to help out. You know, because the first time I casted with them, they're like, I showed with like, you know, my polo and the professional looking background and whatnot. And they're like, well, wow. I think it was actually with Benji, and he's like, I feel so outclassed right now.
Nah.
Team Gold are ready to take this game
I
number
know,
2.
man.
They don't
It's
want to
cool.
stop this
Bedrooms are cool.
Momentum they have in game number 1.
I just have
Back
roommates,
to they're
so.
living up right where they left off. The HC Sparky plays that one close. Now Cosmic to the side while Abigail for the shots off the crossbar, bar down, but not in. See Cosmic regressing. Has an open shot to work with as well, and that is a mistake that will cost them a goal. As Memento, see what happened. I think it was him that playing the ball. He just couldn't get that best of a touch, and a light touch indeed as it plays right into the hands of Cosmic, who has an opening to shoot at. So Cosmic given a free one there, but it is a goal nonetheless. And we'll see.
Throw?
No shots even in the
Throw?
Team White, no goals either.
Throw?
But it's still
Throw?
controlling this series.
Throw?
Put it down, but no teammates
There I am with my open glove, just hitting it. Just
need to be
come on.
for Team White. Otherwise, they just the ball away.
My body's ready.
Just continue their drive against them. The back pass for Abigail to HC Sparky is going to happen.
So okay. After hearing what you are dealing with on some of these casts, and I'm not saying that with the tone of, oh, these co-casters are so terrible. No, not at all. The fact is, you want to grow your own character in the booth. These are the types of casts that you need to have. And being able to navigate through these types of commentary works and to try to manipulate the flow, trying to create opportunities for you to get something out of assignments like this one are integral skills for you to build during the time that you're doing some of these. So, like, I got to the point where I can do a really good job of managing a set of commentary, not because I'm just naturally good at managing a set of commentary, nor was it because I had great teammates. It was because during my United Rogue days, I was basically taking people off the streets who were like, hey, you know what? I want to cast. Come on, bring it on. What's the worst that could happen? You know, I want to learn, and you're really good at what you do. So put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And through those experiences with people who were still in their commentary infancy, for lack of better terms, I started to learn, hey, there are times where I can carry. There are times where I can't carry. There are times where some of the best things I can do is turn things into a teachable moment and quick throw back to people who may or may not be stealing the show. You know, it just trying to make every single moment and adding purpose to every single moment, whether it be the improvement of the commentary of the game, whether it be the improvement of your co-commentator, because you can also turn stuff like this into very teachable moments for your co-commentator. Having the purpose behind it is the most important thing. Just to impart to the fact that most of the stuff that you're doing on spots like this one, it's not going on your reel. Now, if you can manage yourself into a spot where you get a good play-by-play goal, or you add a color quip that creates a conversation that's up there, good on you. If you can make clips off of this sort of assignment, that is the most amazing thing. Like, that's talent. That's something that very few of us are able to do. But the number one thing is being consistent, improving your game, and having a purpose behind your words, the way you structure, the way you try to manipulate the time framing of each and every moment in the game. So know what you're doing. And really, right now, I feel like you're doing a really good job of that. You're doing a very good job of managing the space. Yeah, co-commentator's not exactly the most ideal, but at the same time, you are remaining consistent. You're leading by example. The spots that you have been given, you've been exemplary in. The throws have been clean. A couple of which, beyond clean, will go immaculate. It's just the spots that you've been given, you've done a really good job of bringing out what you want the Zek-Tech sound to be.
Hanging around, Pixcar tries to get a touch on it, put it back for Panda. He's going to put it towards net. Pixar trying to redirect it. It goes high, but plenty of defenders back for Team Gold. They're going to hit it wide.
Feels bad.
HC Sparky, he's got Cosmic in support, going to hit it far downfield, and it's back to the offense for Team Gold.
Back once again.
That is immaculate. The throws do not get any better than that.
And I mean, they got 100% shooting accuracy already. It's a little bit to get that.
I mean, I think I gotta attribute it to my years in doing skits and having to like and walk my fellow scouts and counseling partners through like, okay, now it's your turn to say your lines.
Because they spent very little time in the entire series in the game room lesson.
I can definitely see that and agree with that.
They both double commit, but Cosmic is here to take advantage.
Gotta stage manage.
He goes to the backboard, Pixar out to the side, Abdul's up for it, he's going to send a center for a teammate. And no one's there for support. They wait for the clear from Pixar, take the shot, but Pinda's there to stop it. And Cosmic now continuing the offensive drive, and Team Gold do not want to let up. They're taking shot after shot. They're letting, Team White give a little bit of a clear, but they're always there to follow up that touch and immediately put it back on the offensive pressure.
Pressure indeed heading for Team Gold, but we've seen a momentum play the 50-50. It's HC Sparky versus one, I believe. Pixar to beat. Can't get past him though, two teammates up for it. Bit of double commit. Abdul gonna have to play this one very, very well with Panda. Therefore, got set up for each of them, but it's into the hands of Pixar. Pixar gets demoed though before he can even take off. Memento trying to take off for him. How's it go? We're gonna see if he can land on the ball. Will not be able to as Panda beats him to it.
So in a spot like this where I've noted, hey, both of us have gone to kind of more play-by-play base, my mental, as far as hybrid goes, is when I get the throw, I want to bring up a point. And one of the things that I immediately just grasped on is the lack of control through the midfield by both teams. So like you're seeing a lot of balls being smacked and not too much sustained progression into the offensive zone. So right there, loose ball. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Pixar. Oof. Need to drill that home. You had 80% of the net open.
Ball on target either. And it's shooting finally happening for the side of Team White, but no shots able to go in or even find it.
Cosmic got a decent carry out, but there's no body behind it.
Well, it's a good start for their offense. They need to put it on target. Which really just bouncing off the woodworks, off the post and the crossbar. And
So a lot of the times I've turned it into a commentary device where the general theme is it literally is anyone's game. It is a seize the day mentality for both of these teams because no one is controlling the ball beyond the middle of the pitch. Show me someone who actually takes the time to control that ball beyond the middle, and I will show you a team in the lead very shortly. You know, a short little spot like that.
Yeah.
Changes the complete flavor. It writes a little bit of a storyline. It doesn't have to be correct. It doesn't have to be, justified. You can just float that out there, and it adds to the conversation. All the while is a change up to the play-by-play on play-by-play that we've had about 3 straight shifts. And it essentially gives more opportunity for the flow to remain just that, flow. It becomes less stale, the commentary back and forth.
Haven't have to really put up that many saves, that much effort on the defensive half. They just need to wait for Team White to
Oh my,
throw it away,
the
and then
demo on the back end. That is a wide open net.
offensive drive.
But nothing doing. Again, accuracy plaguing both of these teams.
Send it out. And then they're to follow it up, and it's back into the hands of Team Gold.
Back into their hands, and even though the offense has been mostly Team Gold, I'd say 90% of Team Gold, it still is a tied game, so still fair play for Team White. They just got to get a goal in here, which is something that has been very, very far ways away, but it's still not impossible. They've gotten one. They just need one more to win this game. They could have a tied series on their hands. Memento trying to deliver, going to shoot the ball towards the post. It will be just barely not going in. Second shot of the game, though, for them and the series. You see, Panda try and force that one. Ball will be played to the Memento to play that one downfield. See, pick Scar.
And here's where my joke brain starts working. Like, I'm already thinking about the next throw. Especially if somewhere in that throw you end up with another ball off the crossbar, I would go through. Oh my! This is like a 4v4 out here. Crossbar playing for both teams at the moment, and it couldn't get much worse for the morale of these two squads, as you have seen so many shots on just clanging off of the bar. Something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another little bit of it's analysis wrapped in a jokey package, but it's not an overwhelming joke. It's not something that's meant to steal the show. It's a little bit of comic relief in light of the fact that it truly is a tragedy, because this scoreline could literally be 3-3 right now. The accuracy has left much to be desired.
Use this one on the wall, get that pinch out. Won't even get that ball outfield. Those Panda gonna have to do it himself. Low boost to work with, but the challenge game is too strong for Team Gold. They just can't let Team White.
I'm kind of just going through what my mindset and the way that I would commentate the moment. Which is, I don't always do that, so this is rarefied kendo. But you're here so often for these. I'm not sure that there's much more I can teach you outside of giving my perspective on how I would approach certain things.
Yeah, I mean, which I love hearing, and sort of those different ways to look at it and deliver the same information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great insights. I'm loving
it. Everybody's different. I don't encourage you to become a kendo clone, because that's 5 years of pain that nobody should ever have to go through.
Even breathe a little bit as they go back to the drawing board, though, and it's HC Sparky once again trying to get a goal for his team at the least, tie up this, not even tie up this game, get this game win, and still yet again the shots come through, but no goal in the hands of Team Gold just yet.
And the rotations for Team Gold are on point, even though the defense for Team White has stepped up. They must keep any more goals coming from Team Gold.
Oh
Team Gold,
my goodness!
Almost perfect. They should always have a player in place to receive any and all clears from Team White. Whoever's off the backboard or off a defensive player, you always have someone there to stop whatever Team White may be planning to try to put together.
Exactly, and now Aviel to put this one could be the final chance of the game here.
Goals coming from Team. And the rotations for Team Gold are
Even top this game, get this game win, and still yet again the shots come through, but no goal in the hands of Team Gold just yet.
and the rotations for Team Gold are on point, even though the defense for Team White has stepped up. They're able to keep any more goals coming from Team Gold. Team Gold, their rotations are almost perfect. They just always have a player in place to receive any and all clears from Team White. Whoever's off the backboard or off a defensive player, you always have someone there to stop whatever Team White may be planning to try to put together.
Exactly, and now Aviel to play this one could be the final chance of the game here. You see it? Ball played into the ceiling. Big Scar. Probably the final chance of Team Up they're going to get before the 0 seconds. Going to play this one to the best of his abilities. Won't be able to get it past Cosmic though. And that ball will hit the floor in overtime in game 2. And a heavy decider as Team White need to get some momentum going. They got a goal, but they need to get a game here to even have a chance in this series, I believe. Because that first game was really, I'd say embarrassing.
Do you think?
No. Imagine getting smacked by a Muppet. Sheesh.
Am I a man or a Muppet?
I would have liked to have seen you take that last 40 seconds, but again, unselfishness. Not gonna complain too much. I highly encourage you, get selfish at the very end. Like if you see 30 to 40 seconds left on it, take the entire thing or take it till a goal. Have fun with it. Build the storyline. Do what you gotta do, but that's one of the ways you get good play-by-play clips. Taking over spots like that.
And only one goal in this one. Still pretty
Sounds
lackluster
good.
for Team White standards, so you don't need a game to...
Especially in a 1v1 or a 1-to-1 that's bound for overtime.
Won't even make contact with Pixcar. No pressure here. HG Sparky passes Memento. Also
Like there's so much you can build there. Are you kidding me? That
No
one?
Will indeed, as Cosmic, with help from Sparky, gets past all 3 players and just an open net to shoot out for Cosmic, and he's never gonna miss that.
All the players on Team White pushed up, trying to make something happen, and then the
You say never gonna miss that, but the crossbar had been putting in work to that point.
every single time they go up 2-0 in the series, taking.
And like an amoeba before it, I could see the crossbar growing limbs and saving that ball very easily.
For Team Gold and only 2 for Team White. And again, the amount of
hey, I'm wearing my new
that is
pillow on this
happening
one.
for Team Gold, just shutting Team White out is astounding.
This one's
And
got a
Team
stripe
Gold,
on it.
I think this is a great sign that they could take this series very well in a clean sweep.
My girlfriend
Just a single stripe, or is it like an orange, white, orange, black?
And I feel like they've had
just a
more
single
struggles with
orange
Team
stripe.
Aqua than they have with Team
Nice.
Gold, or Team White.
Yeah,
sorry,
my
so
girlfriend's about me
Team
like
Gold
2 or 3
definitely
new
looking good
polos
here
because she's like, I
against
know you
the
like wearing your
second-best team in the
polos for
tournament. It seems
casting,
like
and I'm
it's
like,
Team
yeah,
Gold
yeah.
proving why they are the best in the tournament right now. And gonna try and carry this momentum.
Good
into
girlfriend,
game
keep that one.
number 3, I believe.
Oh yeah,
We'll see it.
we're putting a
They
ring
can
on
get
it.
that memento. Having the most amount of points for this team. Pixcar still sitting at the bottom, a little bit closer than last game, but he needs to be the player to step up for his team massively. He's gonna have to do a lot.
Zach Tech girlfriend, you heard it here first.
Even have a chance at this series, but it seems like at least.
Yep.
Pixcar gonna be the man.
I mean, hey, we're going
into
over
game
3.5 years, going for 4 now.
That is fantastic.
Scar definitely have to step up. We see here in this game, bottom of the scoreboard, not a whole lot happening for him. He got shut down every opportunity that he was given. And so his teammates going to have to try to help him out, work together with him, try to maybe set him up and him set them up, and really get those passing plays going. I think ultimately those defensive rotations, being able to clear out to a teammate, is going to be one of the biggest things that they can do to get their offense going and really bring it to Team Gold.
And already starting off on the offense here is Aviel going to try and push this one outside of the corner. Ball will play to the midfield. They're not the best touches by Cosmic and Sparky that are cleaning that one up. Plays the ball to the ceiling with himself. Pixcar though getting out.
Dude's getting very good at picking up what you're putting down.
To the winning and just destruction of Team White. It's just no respect given to these players. They are challenging every single ball they can with just no fear, no even thought of the fact that they could get beaten to the ball. So that really no holds barred, no caring mentality seems to be the reason that Team Gold is completely destroying Team White, which is their toughest opponent of the season, I believe, as they have lost to them. So we'll see if they can try and carry this to their own win of sorts. So it's going to take at least 2 more games.
Abdiel, a mess on the backline, removing 2 players there. Looking for some demos, maybe trying to tilt Team White in this game. Really just put them even further on the back foot, put them off their game. We'll wait and see if that is the... Abdiel, again, going for his rotational demos in the midfield and the backfield. And he's just wanting to remove all of Team White. It's like, you know, you're so bad at shooting and whatnot, let's just remove you from the field entirely. No saves at all. Let's make it a zeros across the board kind of game.
That kind of game would be pretty crazy, but it would be not the first this series. We'll see now. Cosmic play that one up to the bounce, and a demo coming in from Sparky. Not Avdiel this time, but Big Scar last in net. Get that safe to the smoke. Manto trying to make this ball happen somewhere at least. And we're seeing at least only 1 shot by the hands of Panda, only 2 shots though by the hands of Team Golden by Avdiel for both. So pretty low shooting game, but it still is pressured still heavily 3 games later in favor of Team Gold. And it's going to take a miracle for Team White to get this one back. Pixar trying to deliver that as he gets 2 50-50s past 2 players. And Pixar, I called for him, and he finally is stepping up here, getting that 50-50 with help from Panda. But nonetheless, it's finally a glimmer of hope for Team White.
Okay.
That's a brilliant 50. And the demo just didn't come through for Team Gold and Team White. Able to put home the first goal of this game. And this could very well be the turnaround they need. Is Pixar, though, going to bump Memento. Not get out into the ball, and Abdiel's going to take that down to the field. Cosmic here to receive it on the far side, trying to put it center. Abdiel, the bump on Mento means it's a little bit open, but Pinda gets to it first before HC Sparky can. Pinda, again, all these touches, getting second touches here and there. Cosmic's up for it. Use it for a teammate, HC Sparky putting it center, but all 3 players from Team White are there to receive it, and Abdiel on the backfield enough to try to build this up again for the offense.
Once again, they're trying their best. Avdiel trying to beat out Panda, but I think it's starting to become more recognizable, the play style.
That sounded like a Freudian slip to me.
Adapt a little bit more, but still Cosmic can't adapt to his one-style mentality. Gets that demo pass. One couldn't get it past Pixar, though. Rushing more recognizable.
Fielding enough to try to build this up again for the offense.
Once again, they're trying their best. Avdiel trying to beat out Panda, but
Never
I
mind.
think it's starting to become more.
The silent B there.
Of Team Gold. Team White's starting to adapt a little bit more, but still Cosmic.
It's like, wait a minute.
One-style mentality gets that demo pass. One couldn't get it past Pixar, though. Rushing back and getting his save.
That's why you need to enunciate, man. They got people confused over here. We got what? What's going on with the Panda? You need to watch yourself. Peter is watching closely. They're always out there. They're like the Illuminati.
Game as we approach the 2 minutes mark. Finally, we're seeing Team White take control of this game and the series, but still a long ways back to even a tie series.
I'll back off of that one.
Stalling it out.
I can feel Efu's brass raising eyebrows at me right now.
With just under 2 minutes left in this game, this is the biggest shutout we've seen of Team Gold, being at 0 up until the 40-minute second. It's still going. Team White have figured out how to stop this Team Gold offense, but now they just need to figure out how to really turn on their own offense and just keep the pressure going. They've got one in from some good challenges, but they need to really come together as a team and continue and really make it happen. All 3 players pushing here. HC Sparky puts the center. Cosmic trying to recenter it, but no one's there. And Team White on the backfield, though. Cosmic to the far bottom right corner. He's going to slot it to even the scoreline.
And that is an incredible shot for Cosmic. I thought I wasn't going to go in at first, but the shooter is just too deadly. And Pixar couldn't get to the ball in time, so Cosmic giving his team some hope. What seemed like a low-scoring, low-offensive game.
Thought it wasn't going to go in?
For 6, so shooting accuracy a little bit rough, but a goal is a goal nonetheless. We'll see now. Avdiel trying to go for the second one of the game. A demo coming in, has to get past Pixar, and he will. Backward he goes, trying to get that dunk on momentum, but he won't be able to. Sparky next up in line, going for the shot. Take it past Panda, though. Ball played to the air. Pixar tasked with the save. Avdiel tasked with the shot, and Avdiel will not do one better than Pixar. He gets that shot in, and a game that seemed heavily in the favor of Team White has just turned right on its head, as now Team Gold lead by 1 in the game that puts them on match points.
And the bump meta coming through for Team Gold as Cosmic got a bump on Pixar and Memto, making sure they were out of position, couldn't touch on the ball, and Avdiel had the shot go right on in. Team Gold just tearing apart Team White here. And as we see the last minute coming back and taking the lead away from Team White. And now just about 35 seconds left. Team Gold are looking to take it to match point in the series if they can maintain this lead.
Exactly, match point will be acquired here in the next 25 seconds if no tied goal will become for Team White. The good pass though from Memento, gonna play it into Panda.
Good throw,
Memento with the
but
backflip.
a
Can't finish
little
off
bit
top.
clumsy on the windup.
For the far top right corner, but he won't be able to put it on target.
But I'm glad you were looking at the time and
Can't
you're
beat that one
thinking,
in
okay, 30
close.
seconds. Let's give him the opportunity to close this one out.
Could be it. As Abigail takes this one, gonna get past all people in the air, put that one down to as well. HC Spark gonna get the dunk.
Oh, come on!
Ball surprisingly still up in Panda.
Get hype in the moment. They're trying to secure that goal.
Cosmic gonna keep it up one more time, one more try, but it will not happen. It's Team Gold, 3 straight games and 3 straight wins that they find match point in the quickest way possible.
And Team White, we thought they had it figured out there for a bit. They had the lead for so long, and they were shutting out Team Gold. But then Team Gold, the bump medic came through, clearing out that back line, getting the defensive players out of the way. And then
Okay, we have the
taking it
acknowledgement
back,
of the
passing
bumps. I've been
plays
waiting
that
for
were
this.
amazing for Team Gold, and then Team White just crumbled under the pressure. And now on match point, Team White have got to initiate the reverse sweep, otherwise they are down and out of this series.
Indeed, and we're gonna have to see that come out very, very quickly. As Team White definitely known for reverse sweeps, as they have done a lot of reverse sweeps. They also have had a lot of reverse sweeps put on them, so definitely not unformidable ground, as they have been in the situation before and found their way out. So Team White, I wouldn't panic too much, especially since they're in the winners finals. They've already secured themselves a top 3 spot, so already $50 for Team White. But if you know Team White, you know they're gonna want more than just those $50. They're gonna want the win at the least. So we'll see if Team White can pull this one back, or if they're gonna find themselves playing in the lowers against Team Aqua or Team Red, which, if you guys want to see that match happening, it's going to be happening on the B stream, which will be on HVC Luke stream, which is capital H, capital V, capital C, and then LUC Luke, no spaces. So if you want to see who can take that 3rd place position at the least, and who will be knocked out at 4th.
This pepperoni did not.
No! Not this pepperoni!
Not
Anything
this
from this pepperoni!
Oh, sweet. I've got 69 followers on Twitter.
Hey, wait a minute.
We'll see that on Luke's stream, but we got our own match to cast here, and we got our own match to play. See how he's trying to get started off quickly. It's Memento. Put that 1-2 there. Couldn't get past Cosmic, though. HC Sparky plays that one up. And gonna try and follow up his own touch, trying to go for a lower shot. He will be able to get it, but it won't be on target as Panda gets the save, but a flying Aviel comes in out of nowhere. It's a bird at display. No, it's Aviel coming in for the first goal of Game 4.
That's a beautiful job. The 2 players up. Aviel just gets it right under the crossbar. That's a beautiful job. The quick and early 12-second lead for Team Gold coming out, and they're looking to shut out this series with a banger.
Exactly, and Pixcar gonna try and go for a banger of his own, and just as the goal gets scored for one team, Pixcar
Floodgates have opened, ladies and gents.
You can see no boost to work with, but he still gets that incredible shot with that huge flip and barely squeezing that one in the top right corner. So Pixcar, he came here to play, and he's not gonna go down without a fight. As now we're one apiece actually in the first 18 seconds of the game.
Aviel gonna challenge Panda. Panda goes up and high, trying to get past. That's a setup for Pixar, but 2 players commit to that, trying to stop it. It's going across if Aviel's there for it. Pixar is gonna send this over. And it gets up by Cosmic, means that he's gonna leave it for his teammate who's got all the boost off the ceiling. For that delayed flick, and Pixar's gonna center. It's wide open for a shot, and the bump play comes in, removing the defender, Panda. And it's a wide open net for Cosmic to fire on.
And Cosmic, you can't place this one much better as Abigail creating more pressure, and he didn't get the bump. He may have gotten the bump, he may have just phased him a little bit, but so much pressure being put on by the fact that he can get a bump that Panda has to at least consider the fact that he could get bumped. So much pressure will finally give them that goal, and already a 3-goal game. This is a more high-scoring game than most of our games have been normally, so, and it's only been not even a minute yet, so this is the match that I kind of expected going into the series, but we'll get a better late than never. The first minute won by Team Gold, but still 4 minutes left to play, and Team White are looking to get this goal back for them.
And double fake
Oh
coming up.
no.
Means HC Spark Jr. has a shot. Mento trying to hand it off to Big Scar, but they're going to get dunked by Cosmic, bringing it around quickly. Big Scar clears that one out, but no one's going to follow it up. HC Sparky Jr. gets past one.
Oh,
They get
no.
past two. It's up. Looking for the bump.
Oh,
Big
Big
Scar
Scar.
dodges
There you
the
go.
side wall.
Keep it.
Ooh, back pass coming in. Half field trying to make something happen, but Pinda's going to slam it out. And to remove
The old Team White have done everything but keep the ball in the offensive half.
Coming in clutch indeed, but here comes a shot coming in from Avgil, and just an open breakaway here from Avgil. Let's see what happened here. Ball just played a back and forth play from Sparky Memento. Actually, a
That's
disconnect coming
actual
in.
pain.
A 2v3, and we'll see if Memento can get back in time, but that
Is
actually a DC coming in
actual
by the
pain.
hands of Panda telling us that. So the worst possible times for Memento to DC in the winners finals in the game that you need to stay close.
So, a fun little admin insight. And one of the reasons why you have to be paying attention is you have to be able to read situations like that. And if there is a legitimate disconnect in a spot where a ball would be savable otherwise, and the other team asks for a pause within reasonable amount of time, then like 80% of the time that goal would have gotten reversed in professional play. Yeah. There are some unique circumstances, but especially given the fact that you have the lost connection, like the moment Memento loses the lost connection, if you have a pause that comes in within under 5 seconds after that goal happens, a large portion of the time that is going to be a reversed goal.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of cool to have that type of, policing of situations in pro play.
Yeah. I mean, I think only specific accounts get access to it on private matches, right?
That
like
is
only if you run
correct.
an RLCS
It
match.
is literally RLCS or Psionics event, and they will add it specifically to your Epic and Steam accounts. So it's literally something that's given a lot like titles are given to specific accounts and specific
Someone's
specific
kind of mentioned it
privilege.
in one of his videos because he did that to a person who challenged him to a 1v1. He just paused the game and then changed the score.
And Sunless would be probably one of the few exceptions to that rule because they gave Sunless the permissions for the not the first one, but the second one where they tried to do the longest game ever for charity.
Yep.
So
LAN
didn't
matches though, is there pausing for people who on LAN matches, or is that the same thing on LAN matches?
They bring the admins for LAN matches. So you will always have for LAN either someone who is remote, but 90% of the time, well, really 99% of the time, they're going to be live.
Gotcha. But LAN server isn't different from a private one in that LAN ones are also unique to certain accounts who can pause.
Correct.
Cool.
So this would be a little bit of insight. The way that they rock out LANs is they have special machines that you can plug and play the SSDs into. So those SSDs will be assigned at the beginning of a tournament to one single person. It's like, okay, you log into this account, or you log into the account on this SSD. You can make adjustments however you please to your settings. It's going to have certain things. Bacchus mod is something that is used quite often for relevant information. Make sure that people are not trying to cheat the system, or the pauses are legitimized behind the scenes. So like there's little things like that that are
on and they have to use, but 90% of people are playing with Bacchus mod anyway. So,
Yeah.
and they're able to, at the end, or whatever they're doing, take the SSD, plug and play it out. Like, take the SSD out, and they can plug it into the computer that they're playing on LAN or on the stage. Or if there's specific workstations for matches, they plug and play there. So that I found to be extremely cool. That was something that I also learned about over this last weekend. Just how they, whether it be DreamHack or ESL, or how these professional tournament organizations conduct the tournaments in a live environment.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense that they have like a pre-set up system / I guess SSD that would just have everything. That way it's not like, oh, well, you need to log into this particular account on this new computer and then make sure you've got all your plugins and everything.
So it's literally a combination of a program along with specific hardware that allows them to plug and play these SSDs.
Mm-hmm.
But the SSDs are essentially the livelihood, just as important as the credential badges that the players end up getting. I was like, you lose your SSD, you're in some serious trouble, mister. You got to make sure that you have that sucker. And if you don't have it, give it to the people who are supposed to be watching after it and managing it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that was something that I learned that was so revolutionary to me.
Yeah. I'm both surprised but also not surprised that they use Bacchus mod, because like my first assumption would be, oh, well, why don't Sonic just build like proprietary tools, that way they can make sure that, like, because they know the ins and outs of their own system, that the tool knows the ins and outs of every single part of their own system. But also Bacchus mod's already made, and is like, well, why go to the effort of hiring somebody to make a new tool when there's already a tool available?
Oh yeah, the fact is Bacchus mod is accountable for, I think, like 80% of the white hats that have ever been given out.
Mm-hmm.
So you already have the most complete possible tool for back-ending Rocket League as a game.
Yeah.
At least that's my understanding. This is not an official statement by someone representing anything. This is just my own personal opinion and understanding on the matter.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
the following does
I'm
not
curious,
represent the
and-
views of eFuse or CCA.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
the
I'm curious
previous.
about, and
Go ahead.
whether you know or not, you are in no way obliged to tell me whatsoever. Is that like the overlays that they use, if they're like entirely proprietary, or if they use like Bacchus mod and like SOS, or something like the overlay, something that Sonic is built from the ground up?
It
Very curious.
will depend upon who built what. Team streams, large portion of the time it's Bacchus mod.
Yeah.
I do not have the answer for the official stream itself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to ask what my suspicion is, I would say it's most likely Bacchus mod. But every single production that I've ever been a part of that I know, it is Bacchus mod. So like it is a very complete tool, and they essentially have come alongside it. It's partner to what RL Esports and Rocket League itself truly is at this point.
Yeah.
It's not just some mod, it is the mod.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I was just curious about that, like how like the overlay can kind of change with the observer that's being shown. Because I'm like, how many observers do they have? Because it seems like sometimes they switch between entirely different setups, possibly, or if it's just someone on the observer end who has just really good macros, or like a setup to like then change it really well.
Well, I
'cause
mean,
like,
I do know that I know the observers that they have, Crasher and Gummer, are insane at what they do. And you get those two in the same room together, they're able to do things on a level that very few other people are able to do in Rocket League esports, or really in any esport for that matter. I don't know. I don't know everything on the behind the scenes. I just have a lot of respect for the advancements that they have put in to what we know as the presentation of Rocket League esports, both on the collegiate as well as the professional spectrum and scale. And it is hand in hand with the level that you're getting from some of these modders, some of these people who have developed the macros for the overlay and how the coding works in it. One person who's really good at it is Simple, and Simple works with minor league esports as well as a couple other places, and Simple would be able to give you a couple more answers than I would be able to.
cool. I will see if I can get any info out of him.
I don't know how much there is I don't know how much proprietary information and or stuff that is under the wraps on that. I don't believe that I have anything that's under my no talkie clause, but
Yeah. Cool.
there's
Yeah, I was
there's
very
a
curious
lot.
now, wanting to set up my own, lands and events of like, okay, well, what can I do with this limited resources and tech information, and whatnot,
I definitely
versus like,
definitely get with Simple on that. Simple is someone I'll link you the Twitter at there at the very least, and you can go from there. But Simple is someone who works on, I think is, if I remember correctly, is responsible for a portion of the CCA broadcast style. So, if not all of it,
nice.
has been a major portion of how we've progressed what we do with it.
Very cool.
But is the person over on the minor league esports and Vidion side. And minor league esports, like if you're looking for production outside of what Psyonix does, whether it be CRL or the RLCS presentations, Vidion and minor league esports do better than everyone else exponentially. Like they blow just about everyone out of the water.
Cool. Well,
Pure and simple. But anyway.
I am
No
in
pun
their
intended.
Discord server, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to continue to play this. We got about 25 minutes. I'll probably end on the hour.
Sounds good.
Imagine if this series ends up ending, we can just have a cool down talkie time, and who knows where it'll go.
Now it's going to push.
I get the feeling that this series is ending.
Gonna try and recuperate without his teammate there in the 2v3 situation. Definitely rough for them, but it is in our rules that a 2v3 will be played, and 2v3s aren't possible. There's a strategy to them. There's a method to the madness of them, and they're gonna have to try and use that to best their abilities. Pixcar and Panda, the two Ps left to try and
Don't just float that and leave it. No, don't just float the method to the madness and leave it. I want to hear it now. My immersion is ruined.
Both players overextending forward on the offense, trying to make something happen. Means that
I mean, that kind of goes in line with if you're going to commentate something to be informative, be informative. Don't just tease me with the idea of, oh, well, there's a method to the madness in 2v3s, and there's still a chance. Tell me what the method is to this madness so I can try to share the sliver of hope you have.
1x50 is all it takes to just get past the back line. And she's probably just going to walk that ball on in for the 4th goal for Team Gold.
And that is just very, very
quick throw.
unfortunate here.
Love it.
And we can't really tell that if Team White had a fair chance in this game, because they definitely were performing, I'd say, the best of their abilities in this final game. And I think it's definitely easy to call this the 5
baby, come back.
And it's already called GG's in the chat, but I believe.
Oh no! Not the early leave!
Definitely going to be secured for a game.
Oh, there's 2
the
minutes
end
and
of
50 seconds left,
Team
brother.
Gold, so we'll see. Team Gold will be moving on to the grand finals in a 4-0 sweep, and what this means for Havoc in general, this is sort of just the ending of this game, and it feels like that this is finally the ending.
Did they really do this to you?
Team Gold finally showing that they are
Yeah.
the best team in the league right now, and no better time to do it than when you are going to make it into the grand finals.
And a strong win coming in for Team Gold here. You know, they just had it together. You know, all three players making these connections. Make sure they communicated. And that the ball was shared evenly between them. You know, they
Wow.
passing it back and forth, making sure that there's always someone on the defense, always someone on the offense following up.
And it's just not much to talk about anymore, as it's kind of just them running down the clock.
Yeah, but I mean, a great job. We were saying, you know,
Wow.
the better place on this team, but really, we saw him bring out the rear and sometimes, you know, just in the mid of his team.
Tell
all
me
three
about the
players
rules we
performed
have in
amazingly,
place
helped
to
facilitate,
produce
HC
better.
Sparky and Abigail really just making it happen. Abigail,
Ah, this should not
menacing the
happen
last
in
game,
anything.
getting, like 4 or 5 demos, several bumps, really just opened up a lot of it.
I think afterwards they were talking about like, oh yeah, no, there's like some sort of
Yeah, just
repercussions
both
for
players
leaving
really
early
came
and
through,
whatnot.
making sure
But
that HC Sparky
I don't know what the official call
caused it to
was.
happen, and then, you know, they returned the favor.
It really is a feel bad
We got
moment.
a bit of a
Yeah.
perhaps freestyle competition as we got a flipper set coming out.
We'll see what happens here. It's kind of just running the clock down now, but as I said, what this means for Havoc, this is a huge momentum going in, as Team Gold will make their way to the grand finals, and whatever team will have to face them will have to win a bracket reset if they want to win the entire series. And for anybody that's new to sort of esports and a bracket reset, what that means is if they want to win the series, so this is a double elimination tournament, of course. Since Team Gold are going into the grand finals without losing a single match, and the team that go into the grand finals have already lost a match, they're gonna have to win 2 to try and best Team Gold, who have to get, as the double elimination says, they have to get eliminated twice doubly. So we'll see how that fares, and that could take a very long time, and that takes a lot of determination, as double eliminations, if you've ever played in one, if you ever have even seen one, it's just a very, very rough go, as you know, you have so many games ahead of you, and you got to be on your A game for every single one of those, as every single game counts.
Every single one does count, and that bracket reset is so hard to acquire. And even
Well,
when you do,
I'm gonna stop watching that as of right there. So generally, at least on the spots or the orgs that I have had any sort of leadership to do with, you get into that specific position where 2 teams leave. The casters and commentators, they can continue to talk about it, but you take what has just happened off. Like, you go to face cams and you work on closing things out. Everybody stays in the lobby. They'll finish the game off as they normally would. You know, that way if Panda doesn't want to get any sort of disciplinary action, hey, I stayed. Like, I stayed through all of that. It was pain. You know, rage quit, whatever. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it was pretty much over, but you can't leave mid-production like that. Can't just unplug the router. Not saying that was the case. But it is definitely an oof when you have that happen mid-production, and it's really tough to handle, which is why I feel like the best thing to do is, hey, let's take the game off, because this is a eyesore moment, and let's let our talkie bros smooth it over a little bit. It's like, this is, well, a suboptimal thing has happened here at the very end of Game 4, and it will be a Team Gold sweep. That will be the ruling on all of this. And Team White, sadly, will go down in sweep form. There was a disconnect earlier on, but the secondary disconnect coming in, and nobody seeming to come back in time, so there will likely be a forfeit for these teams, and that'll be how the series ends. It's a shame to have it end that way, Zach, but at the same time, Team Gold, let's talk about the champs of that series. They were dominant, you know. Draw. You can't not acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge it, move on from it. You can talk about the positives, you can talk about the negatives, you can wrap everything up with a bow, and then you can ship it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's rough to have everybody on
You gotta fight another series.
watching a 1v3 freestyle
Nation.
competition.
No matter whether it's a pro team,
I mean, it's just a distraction at that point. It's painful.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Did they actually come back and go up against Team One? Oh my gosh, they did. Wait, Tim the Bull is different.
Yep, that's their sub.
So it was a straight up Memento ended up losing connection altogether.
Yeah.
By the look of it, for the rest of the night.
I think that was the last match that I casted that night.
Field and Tim will take over.
There is the day before, actually, that I
Everything
also
but the
put in
kitchen
the
sink.
Casting Workshop chat.
Ball played it into the hands of Yoshi. He's going to try and get that ball in midfield, but he has
Okay, so Team Red comes back. I'm curious about the storyline now. So they do a bracket reset. Very nice. I like the pure bracket reset. Yes. This makes me wait.
On now for almost a year, and we are playing for the biggest prize pool in Havoc history. And
And that's Luke.
back over to Azriel. Azriel looking for the 50-50, and we'll go back to Yosh. Yosh back over to the corner. He gets it around Cosmic. Cosmic back to Sparky. Sparky not able to get the touch he needs. Ball awkward in the middle. Is it? This week they still win money, but due to the negligence from the team captain of Team Red and us not knowing this from the tournament admin standpoint, the matches will have to be replayed, and we are going.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know at this point. It'll give me a little less brain trauma to not know. Just oof. It ended in an oof. Oof. Oh my.
Oof.
Well, that's definitely a tough one to handle, and y'all handled it fairly well. At least the best you could, given the circumstance. I would have liked if you took it off, or if they took it off your game that was a complete and utter travesty at that general point, and sent it over to greener pastures and let y'all smooth things out at the very end, but oof. Oof. Well, that happened.
That did happen. Yeah. Actually, I casted for Team Red versus RBG Claw the day
Ooh.
before.
Good old RBG. RBG Claw. Feels good. My guy owning Toaster is a RBG and Claw enthusiast.
Nice.
For multiple reasons. It is a lot of fun to see orgs that are in the scene for an extremely long amount of time in one way, shape, or form, or another. And then you end with, I heard push that one forward like 4 times. Can tell how that one ended. And he pushed that one forward. Yeah. No, dude, you're doing fantastic. You're taking the spots that you've been given, and there are times where you have less than optimal conditions, and you're doing a great job of turning around a good product on the mic with consistency. And that's the most important spot. You want to continue to get more and more refined in your game to where you bring forth the best possible product each and every single time. It sounded good, man. It sounded really good. About the only thing I take from that VOD is be like, do not be afraid to, when you see 40 seconds left, take the whole thing. Like, make that spot yours. Don't be afraid to set somebody else up with that 30 to 40 seconds left either. But when it is yours and it lines up, take that spot, make it yours. Whether, if you end up story building, try to make sure it's in the front end. Front load that sucker. But the play-by-play at the end of a critical moment like that, at the end of a game, is some of the best times for clips. Heck, even color commentary as you work the throw for overtime can also be really good. Like, if you see, hey, this is a neutral ball, or maybe it's the last 30 seconds in a 3-0 game, you can add some color commentary to your reel by weaving a narrative with that last 30 seconds. There is very little chance that the team with 0 points is going to actually turn things around in 30 seconds with 3 goals as a deficit. But a single goal can turn out to be something more. A stopgap, a tourniquet, a solace at the end of the day that changes the entire momentum of this series. And story building like that in that last moment where you have control is huge. Utilize those times to the best of your ability. All in all, it was really fun to hear how consistent you were, especially in the throw category. Like, you made really good decisions on when to throw out outside of, well, okay, I say outside of those last second moments where you were throwing, like a couple of them, you guys got straight up taken from you because you were taking your time with things, and your co-commentator got impatient and was just like, I want to play this. I've been lackluster hyping everything else up for a solid amount of this day, but let me tell you, this one's mine now. Watch out, Zach Tech. I'm taking it. I'm not giving it back. But a lot of the times, every time you were consciously throwing, they were really clean, and they were in spots where there was little to no chance of a quick call being turned around. So that's very important. It was clean. You were able to work your reps with very few mistakes, and just improving and adding on to what is already there because you have a very good foundation. I mean, that's going to come in time. I'm excited. Just because
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
A lot of improvement that we have seen just in the past, 2 months? 2.5, 3 months? Mercy. Like, you have taken what the casting workshops have presented. You have made it your own, and you are consistently doing it. Like, that's there's no greater testimony to what like I am and what other people who are organizing this are trying to do. So it's great success, a great success story. It's a beautiful thing. I wish you well. A great success. And it's just gonna continue to get better with repetition. So love to see it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, and thank you for putting these on. It's super helpful to just hear your insights and your knowledge and experience from it, and just really getting to learn from that.
Well, that is what we do. And I enjoy being able to bring at least a little bit of community together as well. That's what can we do to continue to grow? That is the question that we ask. And I know one thing that we can do to continue to grow together. I can send everybody who's here towards tactical banditry. You want to talk about places to get in professional style reps? Tactical banditry is one of the finest out there at the moment, and I'm personally still associated with them as a commentator. I don't get over there often enough, but they are one of the leaders in bubble level tournaments right now. So I highly recommend Zektek. If you're not in there already, definitely try to get involved with Pranav and the fam over there at Tactical Banditry.
I'm in their Discord server. Who do I contact?
I mean, Pranav would probably be the first person, but if you were in their Discord server and you didn't respond and you already had the role at one point, then we might need to rebuild a relationship there. Because if you don't sign up, they don't really like it. Not everybody's able to get away with the prima donna feel. Oh, I'm looking right now. They got comp. Who is it? Woozy, comp, deck. Oh my, Lean Cat's looking vicious. Then they got Red Crown Esports on the other side. So nice. Love to see it. So really quality. Wes, Vexy, and who's the last one? Gavilon? Gavilon, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I ever was actually officially casting for them at all. I just got into the servers hey, this is cool. It might be fun to cast for this, but I don't think I ever found the right person to contact to try to get that started. So
I can see about dropping your name there. I feel like you're already part of Beyond Rank too, aren't you? If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's one of the few places that is actually paying commentators right now at this level. So I mean, it's not much, but at the same time, when you consider 90% of the things we do tend to be volunteer efforts, yeah, every little bit helps. So I'm going to send you everybody over to Tactical Banditry. Highly recommend that you get associated with them if you're not already and you are in the commentary game for Rocket League. So we're going to check them out, and I hope everybody has a wonderful night. We're going to end 3-4 minutes early on the night. I'm going to go spend some time with the family because they missed me over that whole entire weekend. I have not caught up enough with my family. It's 2-2, Red Clown Esports, Lean Cats. We'll see ya in a minute. We're going into the climax, baby.
Let's do it. Let's go. Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?